PIMPCAST? That would be sick.
Yeah, let's do that.
PIMPCAST.
Like hypothetical.
PIMPCAST.
PIMPCAST. Hi. Yay, what's up? Welcome to PIMPCAST.
The PIMPCAST. Yes, it was PIMPCAST for a while, and I was like sad to miss it. I was like, there's so much. I'm not usually like I don't usually have so much testosterone around on the show. PIMPCAST forever.
Woo! Yeah.
We're starting PIMPCAST. We gotta do it.
Let's go.
What's up, pimps, hoes, harlots, and crisis actors? How's it going?
Crisis actors.
Yeah,
how'd you know?
That's what he says on PCC.
Yeah,
that's what we call the people who watch.
Oh,
PCC.
okay.
Here we just call them a bunch of hoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yes, we can use naughty language. That's good.
Please do. I'm so excited. I'm with all my favorite fellas tonight. It's been amazing. I've been co-hosting Pop Culture Crisis pretty much once a week with this guy, having the absolute best time. Welcome. I know you don't like to call yourself a nerd. I call you a nerd, however. Brett is here.
What is going on, guys? Yes, I don't use the label nerd because in internet culture, nerd is actually it's not an insult. It's actually a credential that you earn from a certain level of collecting and knowledge about past story arcs and stuff like that. I don't consider myself a nerd, so I'm not going to steal the valor from all those who they paint Warhammer figurines and they do all that type of stuff. It's not me. But I do like to talk about pop culture, so let's get into it.
Yeah, no stolen valor, nerddom or culture. By the way, yeah, no, that's interesting because I thought I was pretty into. I mean, I grew up on first you're speaking my same language, Brett. So all the things I've seen you on, you're speaking my language. So grew up on X-Men the animated series, Spider-Man the animated series, Batman GOAT. For sure. And then that bled into the superhero movies, the MCU, all that. I was never big into comics like Vaughn, the man over here, but respect him for sure. But then I learned
to read yet. So once I learned to read,
I watched Wolverine at 6 a.m. right before school. But no, and then I get on the internet and then, like you said, everyone, does the figurines and has the long boxes. I'm like, okay, I'm not on that. That's above my pay grade. But no, I still love the stuff. The Batman 89, I'm more physical media, I guess, is a way of doing that. So any disc, VHS, console. I went to Japan recently and picked up a bunch of 64 games. So,
so my wife got me new I replaced my N64 this year, the one I've had for years and years and years. I replaced it because it finally, when I moved out here, I left it in storage at my dad's place because I flew out here with like 2 bags, like a backpack and a suitcase. And when I went back a couple of years ago, it had been in like a non-temperature controlled environment. So all the parts had rotted. So I replaced the system and my wife got me a brand new copy. Well, brand new, but a new copy of GoldenEye and a new copy of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. And I got myself a copy of Perfect Dark. So there you go.
Perfect Dark. I remember that one. That was a good one.
Yep.
I played that a bit on Rare. Then they had the Rare collection, the Rare replay. I played a bit of that.
I want to talk more about that in a sec. However, look at what we got here.
Already.
Thank you so much for the chat. Brett is one of the hottest guys on the internet. OnlyFans when.
Well, first of all, that's a win for short kings everywhere. As a 5'5" individual, that fills me with joy to hear that. They're likely saying this because so in our studio at work, not only do I have bats in the chimney behind me at my studio at work, the AC is broken and it was 100 degrees last week. So, I should file a workers' comp claim, but I had to actually do an entire show in a tank top. And I said, because this is a regular job and not just something I do at home, I feel like I should be wearing a regular shirt. So likely such a super chat is because they finally saw these guns. So
Hell yeah. Tell Mrs. Dasovic you got fans out there.
That's awesome. And when you said you went back home, are you talking Minnesota, right?
Yeah. My dad still lives in Minnesota. So when I was back home, because I live out here in Maryland now, just his basement didn't have temperature control because now it's a basement, and so a lot of my video game stuff it all rusted out. That was my own fault for not like choosing to put it somewhere more better for the system. But you're from Minnesota as well?
Yep, I am born and raised. Other than Army at 19 years old, 4 years after that, Iraq, Kentucky, Georgia, all that. Then Minnesota State, Mankato, if you're familiar. Went there for college and then joined the National Guard after that. So stuck around Minnesota, just all over every Army armory around. And then another deployment in 2019. Came back and you may or may not know my story. Forced to get the jabby pokey thing.
Oh,
and then developed Guillain-Barré syndrome. So fully paralyzed. Tracheostomy, coma for 6 days, 6, 7, 10 days, something like that. I'd love to talk to you about that sometime. I talked to Ian Crossland about that. We went a couple hours into my coma dream. So it was like a video game.
You did.
It was like a dream nightmare that I knew wasn't real, but I could not wake up from. It was like a force field that I couldn't get out of. And so, like, if you remember the Batman the Animated Series, when Bruce Wayne is under Mad Hatter, he couldn't get out there, and there was a Batman and there was a Bruce Wayne. It wasn't the same person. The only reason he knew that he wasn't crazy, like everyone was telling him, because he was like reading books and the letters were all different. So that was kind of there too. It was the weirdest thing. It was a combination of combat, pop culture, medical stuff, because I could feel or think I was feeling when they were like messing around with the treatments and stuff. But yeah, long story. So now I just been getting back out there and doing the damn thing. Went to a bunch of PIMPCAST events and just trying to live.
How long did that whole thing last?
I was hospitalized for 6 months. So United for 2 months in Minneapolis. That's where the neurological ICU, they did all the crazy treatments, the coma. And then they moved me to the VA for another 4 months. And then it was like, I'd say high school nightmare, because it was like every hour was occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, medications in a syringe going into my stomach every 4 hours, all the medication. And I think you've spoken about, medication and stuff before. So like I'm not going to go into all the different ones, but every one you could think of. And so it was just wild. So, and I've actually ditched at one point, I was on 30 different medications per day, and it added up to be about 50 total pills per day. And I'm like, get me off this stuff. So yeah, I just started fighting to get out of that kind of living. You
feel like you're doing better now?
Yeah. I'm out of the wheelchair. I still got the leg braces on. But the more I do live streaming, getting out, traveling, what I used to do in the Army of planning missions, now I do consulting, event planning for businesses, nonprofits, that kind of stuff. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, the more I use my body, my mind, the faster I get back to real life.
Well, mind is a muscle. You have to exercise it all the time. That's I wish I was better about that. I wish I was better about having more constructive use of my free time, because what I find most of the time is like the reason why the internet is so dangerous is like I can read all day long while I'm doing stuff for work, and it's a little bit different because it's like an active process. I'm doing it in search of like material in service of a goal, right? I'm planning stuff. But when I'm at home, doom scrolling is a completely different thing entirely. And I could sit there and read posts online for 10 hours and not remember a single thing that I read, just that it either annoyed me or pissed me off or something like that. So I would be better. My wife is really good about it. She does puzzles. She likes to read. And like I said, I don't know how to read. So
but you can dissect episodes of Burn Notice for instance. Like I watch Burn Notice as it was happening on USA, White Collar, that kind of stuff.
Oh, those are like his erotic words.
I know. I've listened to you talk about them. Boiler Room, I see on behind you was what. Here's a funny little story about Boiler Room.
That movie.
There was like a movie came out called Knockaround Guys. It was like, I think it was Vin Diesel. I don't know. It didn't do great, but it was on physical media at the time at Best Buy. And they're like, somebody please buy this movie Knockaround Guys. And it came with Boiler Room for $5. And I'm like, okay, I'll get 2 movies for the price of one pretty much. And me and my buddies ended up liking Boiler Room a lot more. And it came out, 10 years before.
Yeah, Giovanni Ribisi. That is early Vin. I mean, I could see. I don't remember if Knockaround Guys had Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is in Boiler Rooms, so that might be why. Yep. So yeah, that's like his earliest role too. He's like very not Vin Diesel in that movie. He's almost effeminate in that movie.
Yeah. Well, that and Saving Private Ryan were his early ones for sure.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Don't let me take over this. I could talk pop culture with Brett.
No, that's what we're here for. Guy in the chat says, "Hey Brett, PCC is one of my favorite shows."
Thank you. I'm so glad that you take the time to watch, especially if you've been watching for as long as we've been doing the show. We're going on like it'll be 5 years this year. So thank you so much for watching.
That's a lot. Yeah, I've been watching since the start, bouncing in and out for sure. But yeah, I just remember putting in super chats when it like Phil was on there saying, "You're not a rock star if you don't know who the Lone Rangers are."
The funny thing about that is like I can't think of any podcast that I've ever listened to for that length of time. Like I go in and out of shows. I don't really listen to a lot of like sit down podcasts. I watch a lot of retrospectives of movies and TV shows, stuff that takes a long time to produce, so they're not putting out content on a regular basis. But like I listen to wrestling podcasts, but like that's the closest I come to like long-term listening, because I go in and out. Like I won't listen for a year and then I'll be like, oh, I forgot that show exists, and then I'll find my way back to it, especially if it's audio only, because most of what I watch is all video now. So it's like you miss out on a lot if you don't actually listen to audio podcasts, because there's a lot that don't do video.
Yeah. That's
I've just had the best time going on PCC. When the first time I went to go do PIMPCAST, I was like, okay, PIMPCAST, great, but I really want to be on PCC. So I was like,
IRL is just a drag, man. Like politics is depressing, and it's just.
I just like the conversations, like breaking the stuff down, and because that's what we would do in the Army. Is there be 4, 5, 6, whatever of us, and we'd just be talking about the current thing that was going on, and there would always be different perspectives, people from different cultures, regions, skin color, religious. We'd have to be all in the same area, and then we'd all bring different perspectives.
I love that part. The thing with TimCast, and I love doing it, but the thing that makes it difficult is that they book it kind of far in advance, so there's no way to prepare. So the last time I did it, it ended up being me and Jack Pasovic to talk the Iran crisis. I was like, I feel like such an asshole just
be like, Mikey, tag me in. I'll go.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit what I have to say about Iran? Like,
that's what I say whenever I'm on.
That's sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's the tough part about like scheduling content as advanced is a lot of people want their flavor of the second. To be honest, I was about to say the week of the month, and that's not. It doesn't even cut it sometimes, and the tough part is planning around. It's like, dude, sometimes I'll be like, oh man, I have time to make a video, there's nothing I'm really passionate about, back to this, and then it'll be like recently I was doing all these conventions, and it's like I haven't wanted to see a movie for a while, and then it's like Michael Jackson movie that comes out, fucking He-Man, which I didn't even end up being able to see, what was it, Obsession and Backrooms, back to back, and I'm like, now is when I can't talk about it.
When
these
busy.
bitches on the right side of the screen have not seen Obsession, and Brett and Drew, it's streaming now.
Is it okay?
Or it's on digital. You can rent it.
I was close to going last night. I was near a movie theater at like 9 p.m. and I'm like, I could go see it and spend the $20 or $30 or whatever it is nowadays. But
worth it.
Yeah,
it is worth it to go see movies in the theater. Like, there's a reason my reviews tend to be more positive than a lot of other people's, even with movies that other people think are mediocre. I just like the experience of something that forces me to sit down and pay attention to what I'm doing, and not scroll on my phone, which is like the hardest thing for me to get away from. Now, to be fair, that's like a personal problem, right? Like you bring that on yourself, but I would much rather
it's
something
a discipline
grab all my
thing.
attention.
I mean, personal problem, but discipline too. Because if you can discipline yourself, say like, no, I'm here to sit here, take in the full aspect of the audio, the video, the ambiance of everybody here is here to do the same thing. We're all sitting here to watch, this form of art, modern day art, whatever it is, similar to a play, a Shakespeare would be back then. Could you imagine if like back in Shakespeare that next to you, there'd be two people like sword fighting or something like that?
Well,
like, hey, what are you doing?
They'd be writing on like
stop writing
scroll
with a feather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, sorry, very delayed, but hello to all of our beautiful chat friends. Thanks for being here. Michael, B, C Striker, Duke, everyone, Will. Yes, I'm missing Big Brother for this. That's how much I love these guys. Guy, what's up? Bats, Courtney. Sorry, I hope I'm not missing anyone. Sorry, what was I trying to pull up? C Striker, you're one to talk, still not seeing Sheep Detectives. I started it the other night, but I was really tired, so I was like, let me wait until I can focus.
Easily my favorite movie of the year so far.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to Evil Dead Burn this weekend.
Oh, is that
Are
this
you?
weekend?
Yeah. I don't know if Brett would be into the Evil Dead movies. He's more like a 2000s horror kind of guy, 90s horror kind of guy.
Yep, which we'll get into.
Like cleaner? Is that what I'm getting? You like cleaner horror?
I mean, at that time, a lot of like, if you think about like what the Scream franchise was, it was ostensibly like social commentary in a lot of ways, or at least it was critical of the art at the time. And I was actually talking to somebody recently because we were talking about music from movies and stuff, and I was thinking about in that movie, and I don't know if I ever brought this up to you, Mike, because we've talked about Scream plenty of times, but there's a song called Youth of America on the original soundtrack. And it's basically a nihilistic song about, the kids aren't all right because, oh no, it's almost the 2000s and the kids are such a mess. Well, little did we know, right? Like the kids are just going to become more of a mess as time went on. But I liked it because it spoke to both the tropes of horror movies, which especially if you weren't like, the interesting thing is you could like that movie even if you weren't a horror fan and didn't really know what the tropes of horror movies were.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I think Obsession is kind of similar in the fact that you could like it and not necessarily be a horror fan.
Yeah.
Okay, Mikey, you tell me when we're going to do like a review of Obsession, and I'll go see it beforehand. I'll do
it now, right now.
Review.
Every episode needs to be better.
No,
we got to get Brett to see it.
I want to do a
too.
separate spoiler review with you.
Yes. Do we think Mrs. Dasovic, Olivia, would like Obsession?
She does not like horror movies. She
does not like this one.
Little rant here. Oh no, after you.
She does not like to be scared, and that's just being honest here.
There's a thing. I hear this argument a lot, and I think me and a lot of horror fans kind of bring this up. Is there's so many people go, I don't like it's only horror. By the way, you never hear that with any other genre. Even like, for example, like, okay, romance movies, I would usually say are my thing, but I wouldn't say I don't like romance movies because I know for a fact that there are a few. Most people that are big, I don't like horror movies. They'll swear off the entire genre. And my question is, okay, you can almost always A, find an outlier, and B, it's like, okay, but what about like horror element? Like, at what point does it become horror movie? Like, have you seen Seven, for example?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that seems like something
that tiptoes into horror. It's not horror, but it tiptoes.
Psychological thriller.
Right.
I mean, I think
at what point do you go, I can't do it?
I would say that it comes mostly down to sound design, if I'm being honest, in the way that they structure the acts. A lot of it would be, so even if you don't have a lot of jump scares, the way they build, ramp, and film tension for horror movies is fundamentally different than the way that stories are told in, like in an action movie. In Seven or a movie like that, hits on the edge of that genre, it still kind of operates under the structure of like a detective thriller to an extent, right? Like it obviously gets more intense in places, but I guess the point was, it wasn't that she doesn't like horror movies, more that she doesn't like to be scared.
Okay.
So, some people just don't, that's not the genre that they go for. And my tastes are, oh, by the way, guys, if my mic cuts out, I apologize. My Focusrite keeps effing up. If it cuts out, I'll be able to come back in a second. So
Sure.
just a heads up on that.
I don't have a fancy setup like you, so I don't know if like your stuff is unplugged. He always knows if my laptop plug falls out.
Yeah. No, at home here. No, I just have this old Focusrite that every time I update the firmware, something else breaks. So it's if it happens, I apologize. It'll be back in a second. But for me, the interest I have for genres has actually kind of, outside of going to see movies in theaters, has gotten unbelievably narrow. Like, I don't like a whole lot of new shows. For the most part, the stuff that I've ended up liking over the last couple of years have been the dad TV Amazon shows, which are basically crime thrillers that get, could be a movie, but they stretch it out over 7 episodes or something like that. And even that annoys the hell out of me. If I turn on a show and an episode is longer than an hour, I just scream. I'm just like, can nobody hire an editor anymore? Why does every episode have to be an hour and 15 minutes long?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's an example of, because I've been guilty of it. I think everyone does. It's like when something's not produced enough is when they just leave shit in. Like, I'd look at older short films. I'm like, all right, this 2-minute film was like 30 seconds. Okay, this did not need to be. And it's often you'll go, it's like, to be crass, it's like they're jerking themselves off. They're like, yeah, well, look at how long this shot can last. Look at how, okay, get to the point. And that's the thing is, I think to your point, Brett, like where horror is like almost narratively structured in a way that's more to evoke a feeling than say like action, especially with scripts, are like much more to the point. Whereas, or even Alien, like is a pretty short script from my understanding, because the general math is a page a minute, but then you'll have Alien where it's like, okay, what is it going to describe for like an entire page, shots of gear, and then pods open. No, it'll be like the gear, pods open. I haven't actually read the script, but it's structurally very different. And I think oftentimes, people's time is really precious now, right? Mm-hmm. People want to get in and get out. I think that's a double-edged sword, because in one way, like you even look at older movies. I'll confess, I haven't seen an Akira Kurosawa movie. I haven't seen Seven Samurai. That's like, what, a 4-hour movie? Lawrence of Arabia is almost 4 hours. The 10 Commandments is like 4 hours. And I wonder, it's like people will say, I can't watch that. And then they'll watch like 8 episodes of a show. And it's like, okay. So to me, I think it's about the way that they're packaged is generally a thing. And I think also it's like almost like a respect to my time. I think it's not necessarily about the amount of time an episode can be. I hate watching an hour of a show and I'm like, well, that was a waste. Like, okay, the Stranger Things 5th season. I'm like, there's so many plot lines. And it's like, I have no problem with the episodes being longer, but with season 4, it was like they used that. Season 5, I'm like, okay, we're starting 5 subplots. We got 2 episodes left, and we're just not going to address them. And we're going to open up 5 new subplots. And I think that's where a lot of people get off with shows, or they'll just start, when they get big enough, they'll just feel like, oh, I could waste your time.
So the interest. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I should say these streaming shows, it's crazy that the season is so short. There will be like 6-7 episodes, and then the episodes themselves are like 75% filler. That's why I don't even bother watching them.
It's really funny because people think that the concept of the filler episode is a dirty word. It's not. Like, there's a reason why why people got so invested in shows. Now, you don't have to be like me and love the 22 episode procedural, which I still think is the greatest art form they have, because it tells a complete story in 42 minutes. But the idea was, back in the day, the golden age of television wasn't Game of Thrones, in my opinion. I believe the golden age of television was basic cable dramas in the early 2010s, or early 2008 to 2009, right after the first writer's strike. Think around the time Heroes came out on network TV. Well, cable was getting into their Breaking Bads, if that's your thing, but there was a whole lot of other shows, and they weren't doing 10 episodes. They weren't doing 8 episodes. They weren't doing 22. They were doing 13 to 16 episodes, usually in that time frame, 42-minute episodes, which means that the season was written as it went. When they did this, that allowed them to choose characters that might resonate with more with audiences. If you film an entire show all at once, you don't have the opportunity to grow with the characters. When they were filming shows at that time, you would do pickups, you do an episode an episode takes 7 days to film, high turnover. By episode 8, there's an idea for the producers, which characters are landing with the audiences, which characters aren't, and they can start adjusting scripts to fit within that world so that the audience gets more of what they want based on the feedback that their writers were given. Now, I don't believe that the average writer today even has that level of, I think there's too much hubris. I think they say that what I'm writing is what you need to see, as opposed to shows in the past where once characters got more popular, then they could start writing more of them in. Somebody mentioned Burn Notice earlier. Jesse, who came in season 4, ended up being very popular after some stop and start at the beginning, and they ended up writing more into him, to the point where they wanted to give him a spinoff later on down the line. I'm glad they didn't, because I don't think it really would have worked. But in general, when they would tell an episode done in 42 minutes, you told a continuous, a full story with a B plot, usually that tied into the overarching plot that went throughout the season, right? Now they don't do any of that. It's like you said, they tell one story and they waste a bunch of time. And then by episode 8, it feels like they didn't even wrap it up in the right place.
I think I've said this to you before, but I think the last great 22 episode drama was this show, The Good Wife. And it was really like the best of both worlds, because you had the serialized season long arcs, but you also had the procedural stuff of each episode. That show was amazing. By the way, let me hit up.
I miss that. I grew up on Home Improvement, X-Files. Smallville was my jam. Just the long 20 some episodes. And like you said, Brett, the 4 ones. Well, because there was, with that show, there was different, because you had the storyline of Clark and everything, but then they throw in the getting each power, and so that was kind of like a filler episode where it's focusing on character development,
right,
not the current plot that was going on. And I'm like, wow, like him learning how to do the frozen breath, it came from sneezing. I thought that was,
I haven't gotten there. I started season 2 and then I never finished.
The Hot in Here one, the Nelly Hot in Here, when he learns about his heat vision.
That episode is nuts.
Yeah. I'm like, could they make that nowadays?
Dude, I think to your point. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just to say, first, let me get to Russell Hall.
What did I say? I must have said something sus.
You did, because the chat was all like, clip it.
Yeah, I'm like, what did I say? I was talking about film. All right, continue.
What does Vaughn consider the ideal package weight?
As someone who has to ship stuff out, whatever's the lightest.
Because does the shape of the package matter?
Yes, actually, I'm going to address these objectively. You want media mail.
It matters.
You want, posters are a pain in the ass to ship. So if it could all fit in like a media mail package, that is the best way to do it.
So you don't want the long poster package.
You want it to be, because here's the thing with the long posters, you have to put them in a tube, which means you can't have them be too flat, right?
Got to wrap it up.
Yeah, you don't want a flat one. You want a nice Zazie.
Round, right? Yeah. Which means you can't have it be on too thick of a paper, or else it won't roll up.
And they prefer the brown one rather than white packaging.
I would say.
I know where we're going with this.
I want. Yeah, listen. You know what?
Oh, chat. Who instigated that?
Russell Hall. It's all your fault.
Russell Hall.
By the way, this is my Halloween 6 poster. I'm waiting to unwrap it until I move, but I treasure it. Thank you so much, though, Russell. If you guys feel so inclined, send in your super chats or become a channel member. Gift a membership. Join my locals Patreon. We do lots of fun stuff. Do the stuff. I am grifting hard here. I also wanted to hit Duke's chat that he said, Obsession is way overhyped, and I know there's people who agree with me because they came out of the woodwork when I said this on Microaggressed. Oh, yeah, he said that, and the chat went nuts, and everyone agreed, apparently. So I maybe have hyped it up a bit much, but it's so good.
But the thing is, in today's day and age, a movie that gets hyped rather than one where you just go in with no expectations whatsoever is kind of a breath of fresh air, right? Because now every movie that I end up liking is because I go into it with like literally zero expectations for what it's going to be like, because everything lets you down these days,
especially MCU or I'm going to say even, all superheroes. I have to go in thinking it's going to be a pile of turds and then be impressed afterwards. So yeah, it's unfortunate that way, because like we're spoiled in what we had, and this about hopefully leads into our next segment. But yeah, it's like we had such quality and we knew what it was. And kind of like Thanos in Endgame, he's like, I made a mistake. Now I'm going to just erase everything. And now nobody will know the difference. So now kids coming up only knowing internet, social media, all that, not good quality things. And, you know, it's all subjective too. Cause like when we grew up, our parents are probably saying something else was, you know, quality, but I don't know. There's a difference when all the CG, the CGI, now the AI has kind of come into play, the less writing, the DEI, all the eyes, you know, all that kind of stuff.
All the eyes.
I will say, so that has happened with the stuff that I watch. So there's some actually halfway decent shows that are procedural based, that the joke is always that I love boomer TV, and they're fine. They're good. They're by today's standard, I would say they're great, but they're just not great compared to the shows of generations prior. There's a show called High Potential with Caitlin Olsen from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's a lot of fun. There's a show called RJ Decker that I really, really like. I've liked all the seasons of Reacher that have come out, to lesser extents than season 1. I think season 1 is actually great. I think the rest of them are just kind of like, they made something I don't hate, therefore it's great. But the thing is back in the early 2010s, you had just such an unbelievable amount of stuff coming out in every genre. Like, does anybody remember the show Hell on Wheels on AMC with Anson Mount? Like shows like that. It was shows like that, or a Longmire, which very few people even remember today, was twice the quality of most of the stuff that you see get made today, at least in my opinion.
What's the reason behind that, in your opinion? It's like, what's the drop off?
I think
from that quality.
I think that there is a finite amount of good writers, and the amount of stuff they want greenlit outpaces the amount of talented writers. So all the writers that were making great stuff back in the day are still doing it. Vince Gilligan started on the X-Files. Vince Gilligan is still doing great stuff today. Yeah. It's not a matter of whether that they're not hiring those guys. It's that there's only
so it's like a saturation type deal.
Yes,
so it's like a market.
There's only so many of them, but there's so much more stuff that needs to get made because everybody has their own streaming service. Everybody's making their own network. So,
well, yeah, because it was just the couple of networks, and then 50 channels of cable, and then you get satellite where that adds a couple hundred more, and then, like you said, it's just there, and then we get streaming. But and then it cuts off the physical media aspect, and there's a lot. Like, there's no one answer. That's why I ask you your opinion on it, because everything just changed in the last 20 years,
and it looks like shit. Like I'm not an expert in, like, I never like making this argument because I don't have a good answer as to why it looks like that. There have been a couple of really good video essays that I've watched that have got into why movies look worse today than they did back in the day. Most of the time they're talking about movies though, and not television. On TV, it's like they don't even want to color grade it. They don't want to color grade it. They just wash it all out in one tone. And it feels like they're just trying to get it off their docket of stuff that needs to get done. Whereas back in the day, it felt like everything had a lot of care put into it. I always make the joke as like a television show made in the 2010s looked like Roger Deakins did all of the cinematography for it. Now, nothing looks like Roger Deakins did the cinematography for it.
I think
one sec, let me just hit Russell Hall. Thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Or the Glur package. Are the packages more satisfying to ship?
Girthy, but he spelled it wrong. First of all, you paid for the super chat and you didn't spell check it. No, they're not, because they're expensive as shit, because bigger packages are more expensive. I'm going to answer these directly and professionally.
Bigger's not better. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Not on my wallet.
I'll answer them metaphorically.
Hey, in the good cop, Russell, I got your back. I tried to super chat and the spelling is horrible depending on what you're putting in. My advice, put it in the regular chat, and then it looks great. Copy and paste it in the super chat, and then you get your stuff. I've messed up many super chats.
In other words, send in your super chats.
Yes.
Also, Duke said, "Wait, Mikey is moving. What news do we miss? Nothing yet. I've just had a bunch of job meetings, so I'm applying. I've had meetings around here, meetings other places. I love Florida. The only thing is, there's like no opportunity here in terms of
I was there for
jobs.
A while. Yeah,
nothing. So,
Mikey, I'll meet you in the middle and we'll go to Nashville. Which Mary,
that's where I was
there,
supposed
right?
to be moving.
Yes.
That's awesome. I love Nashville. Like I said, I was at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, which, fun fact, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, half of it, actually probably more than half, is in Tennessee. It's just that main post, like the mayor's office, I think they call it, is in Tennessee. And so Kentucky is what I call it, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. But hour drive, you're in Nashville. Like we could get done at 1700, 5 o'clock on a Friday. We're in Nashville by 7 p.m. ready to rock.
Oh, I want to be there.
And there you can party during the day. Like you're in the evening time having a blast as it turns into nighttime. And
yes, we know that because when we're doing show prep, it sounds like a freaking like a parade is going on by Mary.
Like every day. Mikey, do you know this? It's the #1 bachelorette capital of the country. Is
what, in Nashville?
Yeah, not Vegas, not Dallas, whatever, Miami. It's Nashville. I don't know why.
Guess that's an upside. I should say, hey, Aaron, what's up? I got your channel membership a month or two ago. Got none of the perks. I always post, if you're signed up through being a channel member, whenever we do like a movie night or something, I post it on members. I think, which is a little bit annoying. I do the same stuff, whether it's locals or Patreon or any of them. So I think just make sure that you have the notifications turned on. Because that annoys me too. I'm like, I hope people are seeing this when I post it. So I think just make sure you have notifications turned on. And yes, you like girthy packages.
Yeah,
I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be moving to Nashville, but
I haven't gone yet. That's one of the places.
I think you're dodging a bullet, Mikey.
Why?
Really?
Well,
yeah,
the
job didn't end up panning out. Yeah, a lot of these blue cities have gotten so much worse. I was looking into that and I'm like, I don't know.
It's pricey, man. I don't know where I want to go. What exactly? It's tough.
I don't either. Yeah, I'm just kind of applying everything. Brett, you said you'd mentioned moving before. So did you move there to do PCC or did it happen after?
Not to do PCC. I got a job I was doing behind the scenes work for the company originally. I got hired to do like camera work and stuff. And then the show kind of was just born out of like, I think I was ranting about the X-Files one night while we were at the casino and Tim said like, you should do a show about this. And I was like, well, I don't think I can just, if they want it 5 days a week, it has to be more than that. But I followed a lot of like entertainment news at that time. So it kind of morphed into what it is once Mary came on about 6 months later. It was like I started it and then she came on about 6 months later. And then it kind of morphed into what it is or what it was then, which was both of us in studio. Then she moved out to Nashville. So now it's remote with her 3 days a week, and lately remote with you 1 day a week at least, and then 1 day in the studio.
I love it. It's my favorite. I love ranting.
We jump into the DeLorean and go back in time because it's a better age.
That's what I was going to say. Also, though, this is where Brett is a much more positive, happy, nice, optimistic person than I am because I disagree that there's still good writers working.
Well, I think if what he said was correct or accurate, just less of them. So there's less go around and
not less. The same amount, just that there's way more stuff getting made. So you're saturated with content coming out constantly. Whereas before you kind of only had a couple of places you could get your entertainment from.
Yeah. And then you'll pass by some too. Cause like I totally passed by Silicon Valley. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then Gary from Neurotic talks about it. And he's like, check this out. Great show, especially if you're starting a business into tech, whatever. It's like all the things that can go wrong will go wrong. And I checked that out like a couple years ago and I was late to the game and amazing show.
I mean, Taylor Sheridan is kind of oversaturated himself with the amount of stuff he's making now, but a lot of people think really highly of the shows that he's done, whether it's like Landman, Yellowstone, all of those shows. Personally, I'm a bigger fan of the movies that he writes, but Tulsa King was very, very popular.
Tulsa King is goofy but fun. You know what you're getting. It's not real, but Landman, I like. I'm not a Landman. I know those guys that they're like that's garbage. They don't say it's garbage, but it's like not realistic. I'm like I don't care. Like I'm in it. This is cool. I like being in this world.
Nobody actually that's like one of the biggest copes is like it's not realistic. It's like the real world isn't really all that interesting.
Just like military movies, even Saving Private Ryan, people remember the Normandy, the beach one, the Omaha Beach, but there's so much more to that movie that's kind of boring, because they're just pretty much walking. It's very Lord of the Rings.
What is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to military movies?
I mean, what people ask me all about is just all about the killing and stuff. And it's so much, it's more about the person, the people that you're around, connecting, like I was talking about earlier. And so that's why I like movies like Black Hawk Down. It was one of the big reasons that got me into the military around that time, that 2001, 2002 era, along with, what was going on with 9/11. But like Eric Bana talking to Josh Hartnett and all these things, so they can do those and going back to the writing, you can have that real connection, but then they can go off and do a really good battle scene at the same time. And then you got some comic relief with Jeremy Piven, the helicopter pilot. So just overacting, I guess, or just people that don't get the right kind of consulting. I can tell that, they get military consulting with real service members on some movies and not others. And that's a big battle between Department of Defense, now Department of War, when it comes to movies. I actually just did a deep dive into ID4. I watch Independence Day and Patriot every 4th of July. And so, of course, it's on my YouTube for algorithm. And then they were saying that the military was going to be involved with ID4. And then they kept reading the script and they're like, no, we don't like this. Will Smith is dating a stripper. They had a bunch of reasons, they don't want the president to be the fighter pilot and all this stuff. So they actually backed out. They're like, we're not a part of it, but they're fine doing their thing. As opposed to Battleship, where that was very heavily U.S. military was involved, but not the best movie. It's like it takes a lot to make something happen.
Yeah. So there's a lot of rabbit holes you can go down, not as much with the military, but if you want to look into Hollywood's relationship with the CIA, that is one of the see I am of the opinion that no country in the world does better neoliberal war propaganda than the United States of America. We always have. It sucks now these days in the world we live in. But if you're one of those people who talks about the liberal economic order and America's place in world governance and stuff like that, that's basically what the CIA consultants did. And the CIA had an office, still does, in Hollywood.
Yes.
And they use a lot of the same consultants for all of their stuff. A lot of the shows in the early 2010s basically had a deal where they got not open access to the CIA, but they got a lot of access to CIA plans and procedures, as long as they were willing to include storylines that, the United States government felt was beneficial to U.S. interests. And I always love that. I will always love, the person who dislikes cop shows and calls them propaganda. They're right. They are propaganda, but the storytelling element is the same. And it goes same for the military and the war propaganda and the spy propaganda, which is that, is it inherently pushing an ideal and a message? Yes. But at its base level, it's pushing an idea that probably isn't all that accurate to reality, which is they portray the cops as if they're crusaders for justice, even though we understand that law enforcement is a job like any other, and it's rarely ever as interesting as it's portrayed there. Same with people in the FBI. It's mostly paperwork for the vast majority of them, right? But it's, unless you're an Aaron Sorkin writing a show about people having conversations in an office, just isn't necessarily the most interesting thing in the world. So, how many cop shows get made where they fire a gun in the field every 2 days, even though most cops in America never fire their sidearm a single time in their life in the field. We've always done great war propaganda, but as soon as we got out of the Middle East, it all went to shit. So
yeah, and that's that art imitates life, life imitates art. What's going on currently, and that's why it's so tough, because you got to pay attention to politics and geopolitical and religious and stuff like that in order to, because then there's going to be movies, shows that come out, and you got to know what's real and what's not, because you can't believe everything that's real that you see on the screen, but it's also not completely fake. It's very professional wrestling type deal. So yeah, I always find myself in that middle of like, what's real? What's not? What can I do escapism? As opposed to I'm going to a movie now. And that's another problem with current day is you go into a movie and they're showing you what's happening on the news and the biased version of what's happening on the news. And I'm like, I'm here to see some aliens or whatever.
Check it out. Australia tuning in. Good day, Mikey.
Australia.
Thanks for being here. We've gone international. I love my Australians. Also, hello to our friend. Where is the chat? Mo Zamboni. What's up, dude?
Mo Zamboni.
Last night. He's
amazing. Good man.
I love Mo.
Yeah. Brett Mo is a great guy. You might see him around, but yeah.
All right.
He showed me the ropes of streaming and different stuff.
Also, thank you again, Russell Hall, the official sponsor of tonight's show. When did we get out?
Well, we had a troop drawdown. Okay, we'll never be out of the Middle East, but we had a troop drawdown back in 2021.
Yeah. Duke says they need to do better propaganda. The propaganda isn't working.
Yeah. Well, actually, a lot of it is also a little bit different. So for me, it's like it worked better when you're not paying attention to the news. Right? Because you're not as knowledgeable about what's going on, and then the propaganda works better.
This is a good point too. This is something we've talked about a lot on PCC, is that politics is in absolutely everything now. There's no avoiding it. It's in your sports,
the money's there.
In your bathrooms. It's in everything.
Wherever there's money, people will go towards that, and then they're going to take it whatever direction. You know, let's not dive into all that stuff, but I tuned in a couple podcasts a year. I'm like, okay, I want to get current on what's going on just for 20 minutes. And then it's all over the place, you know, people fighting and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go talk pop culture tonight.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What were you saying, Ronnie?
I mean, to your point, it's the point where, like, again, I've always been an entertainer first and foremost. I always will be, but it gets to a point where it's like, you know, it's tough because everyone has their views and always had. And I understand that people can do whatever, but I think there's a point where things aren't really as much to entertain anymore. And there's this gaslighting tactic that's always used, like, oh, everything was always political. And it's like, okay, but what does that mean? Something can be political, but you could argue anything. Well, it's because it's the products of the environment. Okay, what does that mean though? Like once you start like, it's this whole drowning out thing. And I think it's kind of a larger theme, whether it goes to entertainment is harder to get these days because there's so much out there, or even just something happens. I remember, you know, Stranger Things had actually touched on this, and I think it was interesting. It's the watering down of truth, or you just want to, there's always just like, it's like an overstimulation all the time. And I think that's part of the problem. Is like everything is so hyper political to the point where it's hard to do anything because everyone's just like got their spears, their torches ready. What does that line mean? What is that? And it's just, it's hard for people to often just relax. And then you'll have a movie like Obsession, which is pretty normal. I mean, honestly, there was nothing really, I generally assume, you know, I don't really even care about the leanings, but, you know, I generally assume people in Hollywood lean one way or just in entertainment. And I'm fine with that, for the record. But I think the problem is I'll be like watching something and we miss that escapism where we're taking it out and it's like, okay, here we go. This shit, like I look at The Boys season 5 summary. It's like, this is the fight for America. So it's like the most soy-based Reddit description for a season ever. It became the soys, dude.
Yeah,
it was so
show
sad.
sounds horrible.
I feel like what happened was the first season, the wrong people liked the show because the show was about power structures in general and how things could be fake, but the wrong people started resonating with it. And so the guy made like a hate-filled letter and just tanked his own show to like drive out people. And it's like, why would you do that?
I haven't watched it. It sounds horrible though. Duke, my love. Thank you so much. Official sponsor of the channel, Duke Marine. If they're going to propagandize, they need to make muzzies the enemies again, not fantasy Russians and Eastern Europeans. We were talking about this today, that it's always the Russians who are
it's always okay to take out Russians in movies and TV shows. I will say, though, another thing Hollywood did well, probably because of their inherent anti-American bias anyways, they went out of their way a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, to portray, those types of storylines with a very centrist look at the average everyday Muslim citizen and separate them from Muslim extremists in a way to show you that, certain people in the Middle East may hold those beliefs. Now, you could have a whole discussion about how accurate they were with that, but you could tell that they did not necessarily want to portray Muslims as evil, because they would go out of their way to portray them, the other citizens differently in a way that they definitely don't do with conservatives when they portray conservatives in the media. So sad, but true.
I'm with Duke. Portray him as evil again. Thank you so much, Duke. And if you guys feel so inclined, send in your super chats. Well, now it is the time where we hit the Wayback Machine and look at the movies of the past. We've been looking at different years, how hard we have fallen since then.
Yeah, and Brett, you're actually awesome. You gave me a ton of movies. I usually say between 1977 and 2007. I'm called the outstanding, I guess, age instead of silver, gold, bronze age. It's the outstanding age, in my opinion. But unfortunately, like, we covered a bunch that you submitted, 95 and stuff like that. So I think these ones we haven't covered, but my memory loss, TBI stuff is messing with me. So it might be a year that we already covered. If so, we'll spin again. But let's go.
And see, this is why I say Brett earns his nerdy stripes. Because Drew asked his favorite movie and he named 100, and I'm like, hell yeah, that is my fellow nerd.
Now here's what I want to give credit, honestly, to Brett where it's due. My entire life as a big fucking nerd, I've never had anyone be like, oh yes, you guys like my nerd shit, my reading comics is not like, it's like, oh yeah, you do know more than me. Whereas I'll have these people that'll be like, I'm a nerd, and it's like, why? Because you watch the most popular movies in America, the MCU.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You know what it's like to talk about not be able to talk about the latest shit because it's too niche and no one in your friend group knows? I do.
Brett, are you a comics guy? I've never really watched any Marvel movies except Spider-Man.
I watched a lot of comic movies. Winter Soldier is my favorite, but that's probably because it's more of a political thriller than it is a comic movie.
It's very spy.
Yeah. I did a post the other day. I think that the best movie DC ever made, post Dark Knight trilogy was Shazam. I think Shazam, the 2019 Shazam, was supposed to be what Marvel Phase 4 was going for as far as
we did this year.
Did we do 2006?
We definitely
go to
did
7.
Year.
Okay. Can I switch?
I can't believe I remembered something. I have the memory of a goldfish.
Good job. I know.
Well,
I just want to talk about the Prestige again. Maybe my favorite movie.
I didn't see that. Everyone was pissed on the stream last night that I was saying I think Christopher Nolan's a bit overrated, but I've never seen The Prestige.
Well, let's watch Prestige number 2 after Terminator. Maybe 1 and 2.
I think, yeah.
By the way,
we got to do
my hottest take. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, on top of that, I think we should, like we said, have a council meeting of the boys and talk about what we got to do. I think movies, like going through and just discussions on them. And then I'd also love to see how many people I could convert into, just like, because a lot of people I know like superheroes. And it's like just getting people who've never read comics before. Hey, you like this character? Here's one of my favorite stories with them, and get people who've maybe never read.
I would like that.
Before.
Yeah,
I feel like
Batman.
I've never read one.
And
I would like to argue movie-wise. I'd like to argue with people. I would like to argue with people because I personally believe that Batman Begins is better than The Dark Knight as a comic book movie, that is just the truth.
Well, yeah, but
and Terminator 1 is better than Terminator 2. In fact, that's a hot take that as horror movie fans, Terminator 1 is ostensibly a survival horror movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas Terminator 2 is an action movie, and I far prefer Terminator 1 to Terminator 2.
Really?
I haven't seen them. We've been saying forever we're going to do a
don't give spoilers if there are any spoilers. But yeah, we're actually going to watch that next. We're trying to decide. I grew up on Terminator 2, then went Terminator 1, but that was my age at the time, and hanging out with older kids, and they're like, let's watch this. But yeah, with Mikey, we're going to watch Terminator 1 and 2. Okay, so we're going to go into 2007, Brett. So that we're going to look at the top 100 popularity movies.
This is a rough one because this would have been when the writer's strike came out that year.
Yeah, and that's my theory is movies and film culture went to crap on that first big writer's strike, and it just changed everything.
Because these are already like bangers.
It wouldn't affect this year. It would affect 2008 more than it would affect.
So that's why I cut it off at 2007. There are some stragglers in 2008. 2008 isn't horrible.
Dark Knight,
but it's on that downward spiral hill.
I just saw maybe like a couple months ago. I just saw No Country for Old Men for the first time. It was
let's talk about that one. That got number 1. What are you guys' opinions on that one? I thought it was good. Not obsessed with it like some people, but very quality.
I loved it.
Only saw it once. Like with a lot of these movies, Zodiac, same thing. I own Zodiac on Blu-ray, on DVD, and only watched it 1 or 2 times. Probably something I would like more now, as I'm older, as opposed to back then, which was, I would have watched a lot more action movies back then.
Zodiac is the type of movie I could just watch like 100 times. It's so damn good. Yeah. As is Ratatouille. I've never seen There Will Be Blood. I've heard it's good.
So I'm different. I've seen everything but, ironically, and I was a kid at the time, but I just never watched Ratatouille. I never watched it, but I've seen the other 3.
Oh, I saw it later on. Are you a Ratatouille guy, Brett?
I'm not a Ratatouille guy.
Do you have a favorite Pixar?
Well, yeah, these top 3 were very good, especially Zodiac and There Will Be Blood. I remember these being memorable for sure.
Which is the best in that row, though? That's a question.
Oh, that's a good question. Chat.
I mean, everybody's going to say No Country for Old Men these days. As popular as There Will Be Blood was, and as much as what's his name is a legend. I think he came out of retirement though. What's his name?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Right.
I don't feel like that movie has the same level of notoriety now that No Country for Old Men does.
No Country for Old Men is just it's so different from I mean they're both stellar like in terms of performances. I feel like they're both pretty unconventional movies in a lot of ways too. I feel like No Country for Old Men especially they're both so good, man. They're both so good.
Well, and the scene they each have such an iconic scene. The coin flipping scene in No Country and the scene by the lake in Zodiac. I know it's been knocked off a million times now, but when it came out, that has to be one of the best.
And that's why I was wondering, how do they, going back to our previous conversation, how do they create such an amazing scene if it's not copied, off something else or inspired? And that can happen too, Star Wars and Kurosawa and stuff like that. But I mean, just certain scenes like the coin flip, and just the anticipation, waiting for the other person to like speak or respond to either an action or a line or something like that. I miss that quality.
Honestly, there's been this idea that's been kicking around in my head when we're talking like, oh, I want to start making movies again, which if I could, find the time and everything, I want to do a movie just like that kind of. I could talk about it off air, but it's just kind of this idea of those scenes where it's just they're chewing the scene. They're almost like, I like when there's a scene where someone's just visibly uncomfortable. I think Zodiac, all 3 of those movies really do it, where there's like this underlying tension that's slowly creeping in.
That's a good point. Now that I think about it, I like those moments where I have to remember to breathe, like in real life, waiting for whatever's going on in the scene. Like that's a good example of escapism, where it's like I am in that moment with them and I'm forgetting to breathe in real life.
Transformers. I enjoy Transformers. I think it's the best one of them.
I could go on all day about how amazing Transformers is. See, when I said we need better military propaganda, this is what we need again. We need slow motion helicopter shots. We need dudes armored up looking cool in the desert. We need people on intercom. We need people in like CENTCOM rooms looking at monitors, saying cool stuff into earpieces. Yeah, life was better back then.
It was different. Yeah, for sure. No, that's a good example because Transformers, the military was very heavily involved with it. And that means that like they have to make their uniforms. It's a very fine line to walk across because their uniforms have to look good and authentic to the real military, but you can't make them too perfect where you're impersonating a service member, impersonating an officer. You get into that thing. Yeah, it is a film, but you got it, especially because like if you have a bad guy dressed up in military, so it's just like, and that's where I go back to the consultants. So as long as they do it good, and of course it's going to depend on the administration, depend on who is in charge of that at certain agency and things. But man, when they do it well, they do it well, even on less than great movies. I'm not saying Transformers is less than great, but I think they learned their lessons from ID4 and then brought it over to Transformers about 10 years later. I love
Independence Day too. I could tell this year. I didn't even mention it earlier. I do watch Independence Day every year for 4th of July. This year I skipped it and I watched Air Force One instead.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hell yes.
I might add that
movie. Oh, yeah. I got to rewatch that.
Basically, I come home from fireworks around 11 and just put in patriotic movies.
I love Air Force One, and I love that they tried to score, like when they originally did the score for that movie, it was so serious that they had to hire somebody else because the movie's so ridiculous that they're like, you're taking it too seriously. But I love Transformers. I think that it's unapologetically pro-America, just kind of in the same way. Like from what I just literally read a post the other day. I don't remember who it was. Oh, it was from Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid was saying that Independence Day was supposed to be a satire on pro-America propaganda. And of course, what he doesn't realize is that you don't get to control how your art is perceived. So now everybody plays the President Fillmore speech every year, like when he gives the speech outside of the military hangar, right? Everybody knows that is like the greatest speech from a president in movie history. And the idea is like, there is the funny part where basically every other country is waiting around for America to figure out how to stop the aliens, where he's like, it's about bloody time. What do they want to do? It's like, well, of course. Yeah. It's still that way today. America still has to figure out the world.
Lead the way, pay for it all. I don't watch,
dude, it reminds me, this is one thing that I remember writing a script and having someone go, oh, this character I thought was the most noble character, and someone would go, this is toxic masculinity, whatever. And this guy was like agreeing with like all, because I wrote and at first I was kind of like, wow, he's taking it in a very different light. And I took a moment. I said, did he like my script? Yes. Did he like the fact that I clearly wrote it in a balanced enough way where I had one person taking there was like a gun debate in the slasher movie at one point, and you had one person taking a more like super 2A stance, the other person not, and he was like, and ended up agreeing with one or the other, and I'm like, okay, so I made them both. I liked both characters, and I think that's another thing too. I write from a perspective of, even if I don't agree with someone's perspective, try to write with love, because I'm like, all right, what would my friends say? And the thing is, they write with straw men because they don't know anyone who has other views. They just have these mm-hmm. They like, when I write from someone who has maybe a different perspective, I think, all right, who's this person who I love? How would they phrase it? Okay, let's think them in and out. They don't, for the people, the empathy crowd doesn't really have empathy for any other view but their own. And I think it's really funny, though, often when it backfires. One of my biggest examples, Watchmen. The guy who wrote Watchmen, like, hates Rorschach and wants you to hate Rorschach, right? Yeah. And in the end, he has some of the hardest lines ever that are meant to be like, this is crazy. You're not supposed to agree with this. And it's like, nah, fuck it. I agree. Like when he goes, never compromise, not even in the face of Armageddon. That's supposed to be a like, whoa, man, you should compromise if lives. He's like, no. And I'm kind of like, based. You're supposed to be against it. But I'm like, nah, based. He's right.
One of the questions that comes up is like, when was the last good comedy movie? So you hear your Tropic Thunder, which I think was 2008, but Superbad, I would say is one of the last prime comedy movies.
What the hell are these on the right? The Cleaner? That sounds like it's about the maid or something.
Well, it is Samuel Jackson, Ed Harris.
It looks like
Aaron Sand. Thank you so much for becoming a fan. You are the best.
What the hell is that last movie?
I have not heard of that one.
I don't know.
Warapun.
Cleaner reminds me of Leon.
Sounds diverse. What?
Is it a Bollywood movie?
Diverse. Oh, yay!
That'll do it.
Maybe they're eating the dogs in it.
Yeah.
Is it? Did they do that there?
They were Somalians, right? That were eating the dogs.
Somalians, I think.
Haitians, wasn't it?
Oh, same thing.
Eating the dogs, eating the cats. But yeah, Superbad, I was in for that movie. That was awesome. I missed that high school era. I don't know what high school kids are like these days, obviously, but just I remember growing up in that time, either before, Superbad happened. I think Superbad was after I was in high school, but it was just that mentality of, going to the party, getting invited, the drinking, stuff like that. And the more I hear about kids these days, they're not into all that stuff. It's all phone and I'm sure other things. And I know some kids are, what is the phrase, like raw dogging it? They're going without cell phones or flip phones or going on a plane without touching Wi-Fi and stuff.
They're raw dogging it.
Here are the top 10 box office movies for 2007 domestic. Number 1 was Spider-Man 3. Number 2 was Shrek the Third.
Well, there's Spider-Man 3.
Number 3 was Transformers. Number 4 was Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Number 5 was Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Number 6 was The Bourne Ultimatum. Number 7 was 300. Number 8 was Ratatouille. Number 9 was I Am Legend. And number 10 was The Simpsons movie.
Oh, interesting.
Not a single good movie amongst them.
Oh, come on. Transformers.
Simpsons movie was good. 300 was good.
I have a soft spot for all the Harry Potter movies, so
I'm allergic to them.
I have not.
What the hell? I love Harry Potter.
I've not read or seen a single Harry Potter.
And the Bourne movies are good too. They're just not my kind of spy movie these days.
I saw the first one. I fell asleep. Which number Harry Potter was that?
I wasn't crazy about it either. I'm glad I'm not insane because I was watching it. I'm like, this is one of the best action movies ever. I've seen the first 2. I wasn't crazy about either, and I wasn't crazy about Jason Bourne either. I just don't think they're my thing.
No, it was boring.
I could not wait for Spider-Man symbiote on Spider-Man 3, and then it just didn't land.
It wasn't as good as
a ton of
that was the first I watched in theaters. It was Lil Vaughn. I was a kid, and I remember Lil Vaughn Coleman. Lil Vaughn Coleman was first grade, dude, and everyone went to school and talked about, oh my God, you see Spider-Man 3? And then I remember like Venom. I'm like, oh, that's it. I still was happy, but I'm like, oh, that's all. That's all.
Like I said, Spider-Man the animated series in the 90s did Venom so well, and then you get Spider-Man 3, and it's like, Topher Grace. What's his name from that 70s show? Yeah, and it's just like, I don't see it. I don't believe it.
I think I saw Atonement, but I think I fell asleep in it.
Dude, I remember when they released it in theaters, it was perfect timing because Phenomenova issue 1, my first comic, was launching its campaign, and it was the same week, days before they put the first Spider-Man in the movie theaters, and they were doing one every week. And I was like, that was what inspired me, like most of all, that trilogy especially. But the first one is still my favorite. Then I like 2. 3, dude, I would tell you, as a movie theater experience now, we were just like howling when the Toby starts dancing with fix the damn door. Like there's so much meme potential. And with Spider-Man 3, sorry, not to go on a whole thing, but like it's so weird because there are moments that are so goofy. And I think the scene that encapsulates the tone of the movie so perfectly is the scene where they're in the club. Because they're dancing, it's this really goofy, what is going on? Peter hits MJ, and then on a dime, it's like super serious, but it hits. And I think that's the movie in a nutshell. Like when it wants
because that wasn't a superhero movie. It was a movie about superheroes, as opposed to nowadays, it's just superhero, and then it can be good or bad, and usually bad.
Of the movies that you mentioned earlier, No Country for Old Men was the 59th biggest movie at the box office domestically.
Wow.
And The Zodiac was 77. So cultural relevance doesn't necessarily equate.
Just like politics, polls are completely different. IMDb.
Well, I think a lot of that. What you're looking at there is actually proof to why DVDs were so important back then.
Yes, good point.
They sold lots of physical media of them.
Yep, because it could bomb at the box office, but do gangbusters on DVD. Fight Club is one for sure. Like that blew up on DVD because that was around the DVD time that things got popular. I just remember it's kind of same thing. I picked up Fight Club for like $5 at Circuit City. And was watching with my girlfriend, and she falls asleep. I'm watching it for the first time, and then the big reveal happens, and I'm like, "Oh, what was that?" And then she wakes up, and I'm like, "I can't explain it to you. I don't even know what just happened. I need to finish this and watch it 28 more times."
is also what's up, Aaron Sand? Thank you. Membership.
There we go. What? I feel like every time I watch Hot Fuzz, it gets better.
Are the National Treasure movies worth watching? I've never seen them, but they've always looked kind of interesting.
Forgot the second one, and if there's more than that, I know the first one is awesome.
The first one is probably the last time you're going to see that much of a love letter to American history and the founding fathers and anything to do with American politics at the formation of our nation. It's at the very least, the first National Treasure movie is a movie you should absolutely see.
And look at that. It came out December 21st. So right before Christmas, big time to go to the movies. I
gotta watch
the first one was 2004.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've only seen the first, I think. I saw it years ago. I remember liking it.
Well, scroll. We got a lot to get.
Well, there's your I Am Legend and Harry Potter.
Into the Wild.
I actually, they were filming it at the South Street Seaport, and I got asked to be an extra in it, but it was like 0 degrees out, filming for a week. It paid so little. I was like, hell no.
What, I Am Legend?
Yeah.
What, that scene with like the crowd and I mean, there's only a couple with all the crowd, but yeah, it's just that flashback or whatever. You think it's?
I don't want to freeze my ass off for a week at the seaport.
I love American Gangster. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it.
It's good.
Yep.
I mean, I saw it once, but yeah, it was awesome.
It was one of those movies that I had I had it put on my my iPod video, so I'd watch it on my on a plane back when I didn't have like a laptop.
Yeah, this
what
was
were you, like 5. Oh, thank you, Hex Vexed. I love you. I'm allergic to the Harry Potter movies. I was dating someone who was into the Harry. I had never seen them. As we were marathoning the Harry Potter movies, I got dumped after the 4th one, so I never watched the rest, and I never.
So you now judge the whole thing based on your romantic history, based on the movies.
Yes, I do. I do.
Into the Wild is probably the only example that will ever exist of a book I read but didn't see the movie. I've seen a lot of movies based on books I never read, but I've never had a book I read that I didn't actually see the movie of.
I think I read that in high school. I don't really remember it. Maybe I read the Cliff Notes.
I like a lot of people rip on I Am Legend. I like it for what it is, especially like the connection with the dog and stuff. And just
I do have a fun.
I walked out of it. I was bored.
Type deal. I mean, people have a lot of valid criticism of it and compared to the book and stuff like that, but I like it for what it was.
Yeah, I want to read the short story definitely, and then I'll see that. The Mist.
Norbert.
The Mist.
I never
pretty
saw
good.
The Mist.
The Mist is fucking good, dude.
This seems like a kind of rough year.
No, it was a good year. I mean, well, it started to go down, but no, I think this was a pretty good year.
Shooter was good.
Has anybody actually seen Norbit?
No,
I never saw Norbit.
No.
Me neither.
Statistically, someone has.
Shooter is actually a show. Is actually a movie. Shooter is a movie that is one of the rare examples where there was a television spinoff that actually wasn't bad. One of the few other examples is the movie Limitless had a TV show made about it, which was in my
both of those.
The Limitless television show is one of my favorite. It's one of my all-time most depressed cancellations that show never got a second season.
Yeah, it had potential. It could have gone so much more. I mean, Bradley Cooper was in it for like a minute. You know,
they couldn't afford him back then.
Yeah, I'm sure, but
he was in it for a minute.
He was in it for like 5 episodes, and they're basically cameos in each of those episodes. But the young actor that they got to take his place, and it was really, really good. And it also had
he was in a show called Greek, and it was fine. You know, I watched it because I was in a college and fraternity sorority time and stuff like that, so it was fine. But then he goes in to do Limitless show, and I'm like, all right, he's got some chops.
It also had Hill Harper, who's one of my favorite actors working today. He's
and Jennifer Carpenter, Dexter.
Yep. So a lot of actors in that show that I really, really liked.
Dead Silence. Have you guys seen Dead Silence?
On my list.
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay. It has the ugliest cinematography. The 2000s had these horror movies that they all either had to be blue or green. So every scene is either blue or green.
Thank the Matrix for that.
I want that back. I miss it. Like everything now is complimentary blue and yellow or blue and orange, and I hate it. I want us to get back to green. I love the green.
That's
what Canadian. So that's what Canadian television was in the 2010s. Everything was green, green and gray, and it was awesome.
This movie though, look how creepy. I don't like puppets or dolls or they've the ventriloquist dummies. And so this bitch, there were missing kids, right? And they accused, it was like an old lady and she was a ventriloquist and they accused her of doing stuff with the missing kids. So she, I don't know,
I'll watch
them
it.
into puppets or
let's
something.
add it to the list, Mikey. I'll watch it. I read
so
the book, the Goosebump book, Night of the Living Dead, and then there was a
dummy.
show.
Night of the Living Dummy.
Dummy.
Yeah, dummy. Yeah, they're all yes. But yeah, I read that one as a kid, the book, and then watched it when Goosebumps was a TV show for a hot minute. And and then I just never went back to ventriloquism.
Oh, it's so good. And then she turns people into the puppets and oh my God, it's so good.
Okay. So not financial advice, but I am collecting movies like Juno and other ones because it the physical media, it's the only thing that still lists Ellen Page. You go on streaming and look for Juno and that is a different name and the face you recognize, but now is allegedly Odysseus or whoever, So I'm collecting Ellen Page movies from now on. Please send them my way.
I hate it. She was so cute in that movie too. What a shame. It's so much worse when an attractive person becomes a trans. I'll see these guys who are cute and then they cut their balls off and they get the chicken cutlets attached. It's terrible. I hate it.
I never saw Live Free or Die Hard. I gave up after Die Hard with a Vengeance. And I think that was the one before this one.
Yep.
Is that the one? Cody Leach said that one of them was good. I feel like it was that. I only saw the first one.
I just remember the trailer where he's falling through the different levels. I'm like, that's kind of cool, but I don't want to mess up my nostalgia of 1, 2, and 3.
That movie, Lars and the Real Girl, kind of predicted the future because he's basically an incel and he's stooping the dummy, or it's like a sex doll, and he's in love with her, and they have a very special relationship. And I feel like that's probably a lot of people now.
That's Japan right now, dude.
It's also the same guy who directed Supergirl.
Oh no.
Oh, by the way, and then sorry, I'll shut up. I'll stop ranting. However, this movie Fracture, I want to like it so badly. I've probably watched this movie 10 times trying to gaslight myself into liking it. Because
why don't you like it?
I just don't, and I don't know. It seems like something
I like it.
It's terrible.
Well, just for my love of psychological thrillers and what's going on and flipping around and stuff like that. And just Anthony Hopkins, like I said before, just the way he delivers lines and he talks about that egg. He's like, he's like something, I'm paraphrasing, but my uncle told me all day, find the, whatever the perfect egg, and bring it to bring me all the best eggs. And then he said, I could not find the perfect egg. I could not find an egg without something wrong with it. And he spent all day. So I'm like, I just like that little attention to detail. It's kind of giving me goosebumps. And then the famous line is even a broken clock is allowed to be right sometime twice a day or whatever.
What the hell is the Virgin Territory? Is that a movie about Vaughn Coleman?
Is that it is Hayden Christensen, Misha Barton, Tim Roth. Wow,
she's a bitch. I met her once back in the day. She's a bitch, Mishka Barton.
Unfortunately,
I love the OC.
I watched all of the OC.
I love the OC.
I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
Wait, Drew, you said you like the OC too?
Me? I mean, yeah. I mean, for what it was.
I'm shocked. I would not.
I watched it at the time. That was
really
my
funny.
Smallville, and then I went into OC, and then I kind of grew up. I guess not really grew up, but
I rewatched Shazam the other night, and I was like, the kid actor who plays Billy Batson's foster brother. I was like, my God, he looks just like Adam Brody. And then Adam Brody plays the superhero adult version of him, and I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
Oh my God, yeah, I was totally Team Seth. Were you Team Marissa or Summer?
Summer, Rachel Bilson.
Summer, yeah, Summer, Rachel Bilson. Yeah, she was kind of cool-ish, and I think they didn't give her character a lot at the beginning, and then she was very audience liked her, so they gave her more stuff and made her more relatable. But yeah, Misha Barton, what's her name in the show? Yeah,
Marissa.
I
was
never
in
liked
love
her.
with Seth Cohen.
Yeah,
I just need to find my funny little nerd like him. By the way, oh my god. 2 of the most underrated movies ever. Stardust, if you guys haven't seen it, talk about a movie that like doesn't exist. It had like no cultural relevance, but it's so good. It's like a Princess Bride type thing. Also, oh my god,
I'd have to be high to watch it.
Oh, Matthew Vaughn. All right, he's done a lot of movies that I've liked.
Who's that? Did he do Stardust?
Yeah.
Who's that? Claire Danes, Michelle Pfeiffer, Robert De Niro.
Yeah, it's got a great cast. But have you guys seen Death Proof?
No, that's the one Tarantino movie. I haven't seen that or Jackie Brown.
Good. Oh, they're both so good.
Jackie Brown's good.
Are you a Tarantino guy, Brett?
Huh?
Are you a Tarantino guy?
Not really.
Really?
I'm a fan of Tarantino's ego. I am.
I am too.
What do you mean by that? Like, what's an example?
So one of the things I hate about Hollywood is that they're expected to like everything that everyone else does. I saw somebody mention Project Hail Mary earlier, and the Project Hail Mary writer got in trouble because he went on with Critical Drinker, and he was like kind of critical of stuff in Hollywood. Because once you make it in Hollywood, you're expected to fall in line and have positive opinions about everything, because let's be honest, it's good business, right? It's not a good thing to go out and kind of shit talk the people that you might possibly work
but there's
with
a like tactful way to do it that I think a lot of actors nowadays are missing that. So it's, I think back then they used to be more, you could say a joke about somebody and then still or insult somebody, but in a joking way, and then everybody would be fine, or hopefully.
Yeah, Tarantino gives no fucks, and I love him for it.
I just remember, he was at like either a con or a press conference or something like that, and they're like, "Why didn't you give Margot Robbie the same amount of lines as you gave, whatever?" And he's like, "I reject the premise of the question." Next,
I reject your hypothesis.
I
use that every chance I get.
Dude,
Mike, I realized you mentioned, because we were talking about the OC. The OC had Tate Donovan in it, and Tate Donovan is from Damages.
Yes, you're right.
Have you seen Damages, Drew?
Yeah, I watched at least like 5 seasons of Damages. I don't know how
the last few I didn't like as much. The first 2 or 3 seasons are
the first season is gangbusters for sure.
The first has to be like the most perfect season of television, or one of them ever made. I think.
And one of the rare examples where even after you learn the twists and turns, it's still just as good. Like normally shows like that have a big reveal, or they build to a big reveal, they kind of lose their rewatchability by virtue of, now that you know the thing that it's working towards, it doesn't have the same meaning. But that show can be rewatched because it's paced so well.
It is. And there's a lot to it. Like, you got to really understand the different angles. And so, I don't know, it just really got me into kind of how that industry works. And I thought it was really cool because they actually said later, or I found out later, that each season was based on a real life thing, like the John Goodman Blackwater type deal and stuff like that. And they all Enron, different things.
Yeah. The first season was Enron.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they had like an Edward Snowden one.
And they purposely hired comedic actors to do dramatic roles, which is why Ted Danson played Frobisher in season 1, and I think Lily Tomlin is in it at one point. And
I got to go back and watch
it too.
It's tough for me to go back and watch like a series that's just so in depth, but I think that's what I need right now. I got to
rewatch it too. Yeah. Also, by the way, talk about the pre-woke era of female characters. Death Proof. They're so badass. But it's none of this shit of like strong women or bad men or any of that. Like, they're just
we talk about that all the time. But like the movies that the women earn it, like you can feel it when, and it's just not given. And I don't know if all audiences like understand that, because I know I've been with groups and we'll watch, what was it, Infinity War, and the girls come up there and and one girl is like, "Oh, that was cool that they did that." And I'm like, but did they need to? And did it make sense? But I just keep my mouth shut.
Dude, the X-Men in the 80s, when it was like like the best-selling book was led by a black woman, Storm. I'm so fucking sick of this. Like, oh, we need these female superheroes. Wonder Woman was created in 1941. Shut the fuck up. Honestly, I'm so sick of it.
Jennifer Lawrence invented female action heroes.
That's
What'd you say, also, Bridge to Terabithia, great movie.
Never
Josh
saw
Hutcherson and Anna Sophia Robb were like the two actors, like when I was a kid, like the two up and coming actors.
I feel like Good Luck Chuck should have been an awesome movie, but that was just like, I don't know what happened, but that was Dane Cook's like downfall from there. He did a couple other movies before that.
Well, didn't his brother like rob him of all his money?
I don't know. I don't know though. I was into Dane Cook at the time, the comedy, the movies, the different things. And then something happened behind the scenes and I didn't pay attention to all this stuff.
I think like a family member stole a bunch of money from him.
Who knows? Yeah, it might have been something like that. But he was with Jessica Simpson in that. Now I'm blanking on the name, but like the Costco version or whatever. And Waiting, like his not breakout, but he was in Waiting, you know, and just like an awesome performance. And then I don't know. And then he just disappeared.
Yep.
Knocked Up, another good
I really liked that.
Last good comedy movies.
I've never seen. Okay, so this drives me insane with movies that I've never watched 1408 because there are apparently like 5 totally different endings. I don't want to pick which ending to watch. I just want a good story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. I don't want to choose your
there's
own
multiple
adventure.
endings. I have to watch
which
all
version
of them.
do I watch?
I'm such
with
a
which
completist.
ending?
I have to start everything, like going back to Harry Potter. I'd never seen Harry Potter. I'd have to start it and watch all of them. But no, 1408 is great. Mikey, I'm adding it to our watch list.
Is it?
But well,
which ending?
In my
don't tell
opinion,
me what happens, but is it ending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
That is one of the discs though where you pick. But I don't know. I saw it in the movie theater, and that was the theatrical release will always be my prime, I guess, one. And then other ones could be good or bad. I remember Butterfly Effect, like, was awesome. And then the disc comes out with an alternate ending, which is just weird. It's like an abortion related thing where it's like he kills himself as a fetus or something. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that, but it's just like he goes back into when he was gestating and then ends it right there. Yeah, it just was a weird trip. And I think they're like, yeah, we can't release this to the public that way.
I've always wanted to hate watch that, and I've also always wanted to hate watch that. What was it called? The Lindsay Lohan one where she's like a murdered stripper or something.
I'm blanking.
That was I Know Who Killed Me.
Oh, was that her?
Even the name is pretentious.
It's supposed to be like one of the worst movies. Also, sorry, Aaron, I just saw your comment. Sorry, I was looking for it. I know you had said something earlier about 1408. I think you said it was good.
Yeah, he did. He was talking about it.
I didn't watch
I think it was great
for the longest time because of the same thing, the different endings. I hate that.
It does have some weird editing in it, which I didn't really notice until I started watching reviews. Chris Stuckman talked about it. And then that was when he stopped bashing movies, I guess, or something. But I don't know. Denzel kind of crushed.
I Know Who Killed Me. We should make that I'm adding that to the movie watch list.
All right, I'll add it to the list.
I've heard it's very hateable.
All right.
Good for her, though. I'm proud of her. Like, good for her. We all thought she'd be dead by now, and she looks amazing, and she's sober. I'm proud of her.
Yeah, good for her.
Lindsay Lohan.
Oh yeah, she's got that A+ facelift lady or person.
I want it. I need to find out.
Literally like returned her to her former. Me and her have the exact same birthday, year and day, so she's the same age as me.
Oh, I need to find out who did her facelift. I need it. Yep. I don't want my face to move. I want to be like 90% plastic. I have aspirations.
I feel like Bourne Ultimatum was a good wrap up to the 3. Like Bourne Ultimatum didn't do anything. It's kind of like Endgame. Like it just closed and I'm like, fine. He's like, okay, now he's like, I remember everything now. And then there was a Jeremy Renner one after that, but I don't think I even saw that one.
I never saw the Jeremy Renner one.
Mike, have you seen Wreck? You'd like Wreck.
I haven't.
I've seen 1 and 2.
Foreign film?
Yeah, they're both. It's like found footage, Spanish horror movie. It's really good, actually.
I'm adding that to my letterbox.
They both take place. It's kind of like Halloween 1 and 2 scenario where it's like it takes place the minute the second takes place the minute the first picks up.
Brett, you got to get on Letterboxd.
It will never happen. I make fun of Letterboxd.
Why?
I call people who use Letterboxd Americans.
That's me. I love my
It's
Letterboxd.
a slur. Well, because I don't watch art house movies. I watch slop. So, in my ongoing effort to, keep my ego in check, I make fun of people who actually have good taste because I want to make up for my bad taste.
No, I'm not saying I have good taste, but have you guys seen Sweeney Todd?
Nope.
What? Nope.
In the tale of Sweeney Todd.
I heard musical, and I'm like, I'll get to it eventually. And I guess I have
theater
not got
kids.
to it 20 years later.
Put that on the list.
Fine, I'll put it on the list.
Duke said that's okay. Mikey loves slurs. Aaron said, I know who does her beauty treatments. The place is in Dubai. Hey, I will hitchhike my way there.
That'd be tough.
I'll sell a kidney to get that Lindsay Lohan work done.
Gone Baby Gone, wasn't that a Ben Affleck director?
I remember it being kind of good, but it was like erased from my memory.
I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was a one and done for me.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good year for Casey Affleck. Apparently, Casey Affleck. Maybe not a good year. Busy year.
Yeah.
I mean, a person.
What?
Say that again.
I said, didn't he rape a bitch? But I was like, I shouldn't say bitch. Didn't he rape a chick?
I don't know. Is that true?
I don't know.
Ooh,
I know
Ghost Rider. Nicolas Cage,
Enchanted.
Ghost Rider. Let's go.
That was the first one, right? I seen the first one, not the second one.
2007. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been first. 310 Yuma was awesome.
Was so good though. Have you guys seen that?
My gosh, has it really been that long?
I think I have seen it, in its entirety. I think so at this point, because I would see it in so many segments. I'm pretty sure I've just seen the whole thing. Ghost Rider was a movie as a child. I was like, that was cool. But apparently fans of the comics do not like this movie.
That's what I've been told as well.
It was a comic?
Yeah, Ghost Rider's Marvel.
A lot of people really like the iteration that they did in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the
Robbie Reyes
version, the Robbie Reyes version.
Well, it's not a rider; it's a driver. It's a ghost driver. If you're going to use a car,
yeah. There's I think 3. There's multiple different ones, but it's like Johnny Blaze, which is who they used. Danny Ketch, which is I think the first one that had the chains, and then there's Robbie Reyes. I think those are the most popular ones. I'm pretty sure.
I always play this game. If you look at a bad superhero movie like Ghost Rider back in the day, and then you compare it to anything in the MCU after Endgame, and it's like, what's better? Or is it still that bad? And I like Ghost Rider for what it was.
They're not
What's
that
30
bad.
Days of Night?
That was also based on a comic. I haven't read the comic yet, but 30 Days of Night is a comic book.
Is that zombies or? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not big into zombie movies.
Like I said, this was freshman year of college for me, and it was like a Billy Madison. I was 22-year-old freshman, so I saw some of these movies. If I didn't bring a girl to one of these, I probably didn't see it, and I probably didn't have a girl take me to Enchanted.
I saw Paranormal Activity 1, 2, and 3 on a different date each time, and I felt such pressure to find a date for Paranormal Activity 4. And I couldn't.
Right, just to keep the tradition.
I did have a date go to Saw, whatever Saw movie came out this year. I think I remember that. Might have been like 4 or 5.
Yeah, remember when they did Saw movies every year?
Yeah, I kind of missed
so
it.
The 2000s was Friday the 13th was the 80s. Saw was to the 2000s. Is that about right?
Yeah. Rob Schneider is Big Stan. Is that him? Is that Rob Schneider?
That's Rob Schneider.
That looks like an AI version.
It does.
Like Brett right now. Brett, was that you? Were you in Big Stan?
No, that wasn't
Brett
me.
looks way better than that.
Yeah.
All right, that was top 50. Let's go to second 50. Shrek the Third.
Hitman! Yeah! The Hitman. I like both the Hitman movies.
Is that Jason Statham?
No, that's Timothy Oliphant.
Is it?
Yep.
I like Timothy Oliphant.
It is. Whoa.
He might have been. He was in one of the two. It was somebody else in the second one, in Hitman 47, Agent 47, or whatever it was. Might have been Fassbender or something.
Did I click on that? Good thing I didn't. Oh my gosh, I
Great
watched
film, B movie.
That go all the way back.
It is a
bastard.
cinema. B movie is a cinema.
Oh, look at Guy
You think
over
so?
here.
No, it's just I just kind of meme. It's kind of a meme.
Okay,
honestly.
I was gonna say like I watched it recently and it was a
Why?
horrible movie.
Why?
What was?
B movie.
B movie.
Oh, I
Seinfeld?
haven't seen it.
Is it Postal Unuve Bowl movie?
Why am I
Wait, really?
I think so.
That's the one that's like his one movie that people really like, or that people
Pretty
say is
sure.
actually good.
The fuck are you looking for, Drew?
I'm trying to go to the top and put it back on the
Oh, you
other
scroll.
view.
Oh, so we
And
can
now
see
I
yeah,
go
it.
back to the
didn't-
second 50.
Yeah, doesn't
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
yeah, isn't there that movie where like a woman is stooping a bee?
Yeah, dude. Imagine being that much of a cuck that your woman gets stolen by a fucking bee.
You're gonna get stung. That pussy
Yeah.
gonna get stung.
Dude, the bee's lifespan is gonna be like what, a year?
Well, no, doesn't it die right after it bangs the? Wouldn't it just die right after it bangs the wife?
Well, there's a scene where where a bee stings someone and he gets a plastic replacement.
In this movie?
Yeah, dude. So he survives.
I just remember they go to court to see if a bee is real or something like that, and it turned into like this environmental thing. And I'm like, all right, I'm out. Like, I'm
Yeah,
out.
dude. It's an environmentalist. Yeah.
Paranormal
Oh,
activity.
There's your paranormal.
Oh,
That makes some money, right?
such a cute emo boy that I went to see it with. I think he was kind of spectrum-y though.
Aren't we all?
True, same. I never saw the Oceans sequels.
You're good.
I only saw.
If
11.
you only saw Ocean's 11 remake, then just stay there.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
12 was horrible. 13 was okay, meh, because they returned to Vegas, kind of like The Hangover. And then I can't remember where it went from there. 8 with the women.
Oh yeah, that was the gender swap.
Is there a 14?
Probably coming soon.
Yeah.
There is a new one coming, a prequel, if I remember
Brett.
correctly.
I know this is going to be a Brett movie. Disturbia.
I've seen it.
Never saw it.
Oh, you'd love it. It's so good. Olivia would love it. It's not a horror. It's sort of like
It's-
Oh, like Rear
I mean,
Window,
it's like
right?
it's like Rear Window. Yeah.
I love that movie.
You've
Okay.
seen Rear
You
Window,
love it,
right,
trust
Mike?
me. What's that?
You've seen Rear Window. What it's based on?
Yeah, of course.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
watched that.
Okay,
I
so
love
guilty.
Disturbia.
Well, I wouldn't even say guilty pleasure, but this movie next with Nicolas Cage and wasn't it Jessica Biel? It could have been such a great movie, and it's not horrible, but it's just like it had so much potential. Have you guys heard of this? Seen it?
No.
No.
He
Doesn't
can go
ring a
back
bell.
in time 2 minutes, and then they do more stuff where you can do more and go back time further or whatever. But it's like he acts as a magician, and then he can do the tricks. It's like hidden in plain sight type deal. And then the FBI, kind of sees him, sees what he's doing, knows what he's doing, so they kind of use him to stop a terrorist attack. But it's like that, whatever superpower you want to call it, could have been done in so many different directions. But yeah, he can basically go back 2 minutes in time. And I'm like, so he knows like when he's going to get punched and how to say the right quippy, witty lines and stuff.
I mean, I would just do that to like bet on the Super Bowl. I would place bets at the last minute.
Well, that's what he do. Yeah, he was doing blackjack and stuff. But then he would have to lose to make.
I guess
it
you
look
can't really
like-
do it 2 minutes. I'd have to be able to go back 2 hours.
Right. I think that's why they picked it. But
Hairspray is one of the greatest movies ever. It's one of the greatest movie musicals ever. I bet none of you have seen it, and it's amazing.
I think my
Shockingly enough,
girlfriend at
I've
the
not.
time wanted me to go, and I'm like, I'm busy that day and time. whenever
It's
you
not
want to.
that gay. It's like baseline musical gay. It's so good.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
No, you guys would love it. And Brett, it's very colorful and has great cinematography. And this is everything that's missing in modern movies. It's like one of the most
but
perfectly
life is
cast
short.
movies of all time.
I'm with Brett on this one. It's like Mike. I'll take your word for it. I'm happy for you.
I love that
I'm
for you.
busy that
Mikey.
day.
like, let's face it. Like, even if I was
Brett's
to
gonna
see-
make his face.
even if I was to see it, my opinion just wouldn't matter because the opinion of like a gay man on Hairspray would matter more than the opinion of a straight man on Hairspray.
All I noticed is
not that gay. It's
James
good.
Marsden could not turn down a movie during this time. He was in everything.
Mike,
Cyclops in X-Men movies. I think he was in that Enchanted movie.
That was really good too. What'd you say, Vaughn?
Even the font is rainbow, dude.
Ignore that. That wasn't a thing back in 2007.
Yeah, but it's rainbow left to right rather than vertical, so it's pretty unique.
Is that the good one or the bad one?
That's the good rainbow, left to right.
I have no idea.
Trust me on this. And Olivia would love Hairspray.
I almost lost her because the first movie we ever went and saw in person, when she moved to town, was the Mean Girls musical, and that almost cost us our relationship. Can you imagine making somebody to go see that movie?
No. They weren't even mean.
They weren't mean at all.
I was an early Netflix subscriber, like the actual disc that went in the mail and you ordered it. And I kept getting the Brave one and I would never watch it. And I'm like, I got to return this thing. And then somebody would be like, we got to watch it. And then I'd get it back and I never watched it. So I'm pretty sure I paid money into this movie many a times and did not watch it.
Dude, the same exact thing happened to me with that movie. I think she gets raped in it. This bitch gets raped in every movie she's in, except Silence of the Lambs.
Just mentally in that one.
Yeah. Her eyes get raped.
Girl Next Door I'm thinking of a different movie.
You're thinking of
there was the Alicia Cuthbert Girl Next Door from 2004.
Is that
what is this one?
Yes, that's my favorite. That's my favorite romantic comedy of all time.
All right,
Vaughn, that's got your name all over it. Wait, you guys, 1 second. Oh my god. The Tracy Barkley is in the chat. What's up, Blake? We got to get you on here soon. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much.
Next week. We got an opening next week.
Yeah, I miss you. She's amazing. She has a true crime channel. That's great.
Oh, awesome.
Funny game.
Well, maybe we could do some true crime movies or shows.
Yeah.
Oh, I clicked on it. Don't change.
You bastard.
I got to stop clicking.
Funny Games was great. And Brett in particular would hate it.
Probably. The thing is like I wasn't a movie guy in 2007 per se. Like I didn't start liking going to the theater again until we started doing it kind of for work. I watched a lot of TV at this time, not a lot of movies.
Okay. I remember In the Name of the King. I didn't watch it because I'm just like, hey, it's Transporter, but King Arthur. I'm like, can you like shave the beard or grow out a beard? Can you not just have the 5 o'clock shadow, Jason Statham?
I actually have another show adaptation of a movie that I need to add to my list from earlier. Not just Limitless and not just Shooter, but there was a television adaptation of The Transporter that was pulpy and ridiculous. And I don't think it ever even released in the US because no version I've ever seen looks American. And it's very European. Like there's nudity in every episode. And this is back in like a time when that, it would have only been on like, I guess, actual like paid cable because they were like with the way they were doing it, but it's not with Jason Statham. It was with an actor named Chris Vance. Very good. Very hard to find. Like I can't find it on. I have it because I got it from what we on PCC called ad-free Tubi.
Really?
I downloaded it. I'll tell you after. No, it's not. I'll tell you after the show. I don't want to advocate for. But the point is, very hard to find, but very fun.
Hot Rod, another one like this. That's what I say. 2007 was that like comedy end state, end game. The end game of comedy was around this era because Hot Rod is up there for me.
Vaughn would like the Poughkeepsie tapes. You guys would.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was about to go to a con, but in Poughkeepsie, I have a table. I have to give it to a friend because I'm going to Texas. But I was about to go there. I was like, that's a weird city name, but okay.
Poughkeepsie.
But Poughkeepsie, yeah. I was like, Pug. I was like, how do I say it? And then someone was like, oh, Poughkeepsie.
It's one of those words you got to hear somebody else say.
Yeah,
like, hey, what's this movie? Oh, Poughkeepsie. Or what's this location? Okay.
It was on Ally McBeal, the word that he would say to stop his stutter. He would just say Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
I'm
Does
sure
anybody? Here's a
nobody
quiz.
but me.
Does anybody know what weapon this is?
A gun.
That's an M4, right?
That movie
Well, it's
rocked.
a modified version of an M4.
Right, with a grenade launcher. And,
Yep, it's called an M203. Basically,
okay.
it's a grenade launcher you can attach to the M4.
I haven't been to the range in too long.
That movie rocks, by the way. That was a double feature. It was Grindhouse, so it was Planet Terror and Death Proof. Oh,
That's awesome.
Okay,
So-
I'm gonna
Awake.
have to see both.
This
of
is
those.
a hidden gem. I like this movie for what it was. Yeah, Jessica Alba had a big year this year. And then Hayden Christensen, they kept trying to get Hayden Christensen post, episode 2 and 3 to like take off, and they could not do it. That guy could not go anywhere.
It's like
for
with
whatever reason.
Jai Courtney. They tried to make Jai Courtney a thing, and it just didn't take.
He's in Dutton Ranch right now, which
Yeah. I like him better when he doesn't do an American accent, when he just does his
there's a Grindhouse.
Australian or Kiwi or whatever he is.
How did Planet Terror and Death Proof?
They released it as a double feature, but it didn't do well. So then in other
Then they
countries-
separated it.
Yeah.
I remember something about that. Yeah.
That was like one of the best movie theater experiences ever, though, going to see. They had near here recently in 35 millimeter, the double feature of it, but it was like midnight on a Tuesday. I'm like, how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do
Who
that?
are these people going to movies at midnight on a Tuesday?
Right.
I miss that so much.
I'm crazy, I would, but I couldn't get anyone to go with me.
Not Tuesday, but Thursday. Like I said, 2007, 2008. This is my college time. And that was the midnight release. That was like the Dark Knight and Iron Man and stuff like that. And you went on Thursday at midnight because that was the first showing. And you would stand actually in line. You can pre-order tickets or anything like that. You had to stand there. And what we do is we have one guy stand there and the rest of us would go to the bar close by and then come back and then switch places. And then by the movie started, we'd be ready to go.
We did that for the Dark Knight release. We went we had a whole row of the theater, and everybody had.
You had to do that, yeah.
Everybody had flasks, and we got hammered.
Oh,
we
I
did
love that.
Mickey's. Do you know what Mickey's is? The little grenade type drinks.
Yes, yeah,
yeah. And under the cap.
So there was a time. So we were on. I was on tour when I was skating professionally, and we were drunk on the top of an RV in the middle of Chicago. And I got down, and a friend of mine who was precipitously far drunker than me threw his grenade.
Oh no!
And it exploded next to my leg and cut my leg up.
Oh yeah, they were all glass, and it was about yay tall. And for chat, if you know that or not, underneath the cap is a puzzle, and then we'd have this game where it's like you couldn't, you had to finish the beer, the drink, and then guess what the puzzle is. And if you didn't do it right, you had to do push-ups. And it was like hieroglyphics, basically, Mikey. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah.
Rush Hour 3
sounds fun,
dude. Rush Hour 3.
So yeah, we in the Army we made drinking games out of anything and push-ups and stuff.
That sounds fun. I just pulled it. Has anyone seen the gay horror movie about the porn star who swallowed bugs to smuggle them across the border? No.
Sounds awesome. Maybe not gay horror movie. Gay, literally.
Like, I would love to hear the elevator pitch for that movie.
I know. Well, do you guys watch what's his name? Pitch Guy. I'm forgetting the name. George. I'm blanking on the name. But,
Ryan George.
Ryan George.
Him.
I know. He does these pitches, and they're just. It's so interesting, and I would love to hear these, all the movies that we're going over. It's like even before they had a title,
apparently called Swallowed. Of course it is.
Swallowed. Nice.
Yeah, I'm adding this.
How did these things get greenlit? I don't know.
See, but it was better back then when they made crap like this. Now all the art house stuff they make is so drab and depressing.
Yes, and it's all
going to be about AI sex bots in 2026.
Don't remind me. All right, so then we did get the downfall of the Fox Fantastic Four era. Or, there was another Fox one, I guess, after Fan Four Stick. But this was the Jessica Alba, Captain America, Johnny Storm,
Rise of the Silver
Chris
Surfer.
Evans.
Yeah. Rise. Yeah, I remember. Why is Galactus a cloud? That was a thing in the early 2000s superhero movies. They make like cloud-based villains.
Easier to do CGI wise.
Yeah, it was like Galactus. If you look at Galactus, that's just not what he looks like. And then also they had Green Lantern. They made Parallax a cloud. They made
Green Lantern.
And Hulk. They made the dad becomes a cloud at the end.
Wait, is there a Green Lantern in Marvel?
No. I'm sorry, not Marvel. I meant early 2000 superhero movies in general.
Oh, okay.
Ryan Reynolds, Green Lantern.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah, no, sorry. Okay. Yeah, no.
I thought you were saying like in the Fantastic Four there was a Green Lantern. I was like, wow, I didn't know that.
No, he's just talking about cloud villains.
Yeah, cloud villains.
Well, we went from cloud villains to laser beam in the sky.
Space laser. Skybeam.
Skybeam, yeah.
Those need to be banned for at least 10 years.
love the Skybeam. I'm okay with the Skybeam.
Not me. I guess Avengers did it in 2012, but I was more a fan of the Thanos time stone, or not time, space stone, where you could do portals. I don't know. I was more into the portal stuff. Nobody would take Sea Striker. Nobody would take Galactus seriously if you look like comics.
Yeah, that's the fucking cope of non. It's basically it's people, us oppressed nerds like Sea Striker, because they understand our struggle. Well, they'll be like, oh, no one would take this Alpha seriously if it was live action. And now what? People like bright and colorful superheroes. It's like we were right all along. Oh, no, the Wolverine costume. I mean, granted, I understand the motorcycle look and everything. I get it, right? But, like, the fucking yellow costume was cool. It was cool.
Tell me if this is a thing. It's like you have a couple of movies like Rush Hour 1 and 2, The Mummy, Ninja Turtles. They come out with number 3, and it's always in a different location around the world. It's just like, we can't get this movie financed, so let's get some country to pay us a ton of money, and then most of it will be filmed over there.
I mean, I bet you they filmed Turtles in Time on a sound stage in the U.S., even if it's supposed to be feudal Japan.
Right. I don't think I even saw Turtles in Time. Yeah, number 3, and I didn't see Rush Hour 3.
Where was it, Brett, that Madonna, they wanted to have her film her movie? Where was it? Like
it was
Serbia
like
or
Serbia.
Serbia. Oh, we need a movie about just the making of that.
I feel like she just get
by the
ransomed.
way, is underrated.
What is?
Vacancy. I think that's one you would like too. It's more of a thriller.
Luke Wilson, Kate Beckinsale. All right, Kate Beckinsale, count me in. I'm
before
Kate Beckinsale.
She destroyed her face.
Did she?
Oh,
yeah,
I haven't seen her in a while. I don't think I've seen her since Click. Underworld.
Well, weren't we just talking about Beowulf? I think that it was the start of the shitty CGI stuff.
Well, wasn't it Angelina Jolie was like weird Grendel something, whatever?
Yeah.
It took me out of the
movie. The start of that would have been The Mummy 2 with The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
I swear the decline of Robert Zemeckis needs to be studied, because he used to be the most genius filmmaker, and nowadays his stuff is horrible. Oh my god, by the way, one of the greatest movies ever made. I just rewatched it. We need to do a stream of this. Have you guys seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is one of the greatest movies ever made.
By the way, what you just said, like the downfall of Robert Zemeckis should be studied. That's something a letterboxed American would say.
Fuck you. It's true. They would spit facts.
Man, like, I remember seeing Beowulf. I saw it in the theater.
No, not that. No, he did Back to the Future. He did Roger Rabbit. He did some Tales from the Crypt.
Yep.
I don't remember what else, but now he makes this, and now he went from that to like the remake of Pinocchio.
He did the Polar Express that scares everybody.
Oh,
yeah.
Mary loves that movie, by the way.
Really?
Mary loves the Uncanny Valley Polar Express.
Terrifying.
Thank you, Saber.
I can watch Saw movies more than I can watch Polar Express.
I've never seen it.
But yeah, Beowulf, it had so many good actors in it, and just ready to go. I'm like, I'm in, let's go. I know the story. I've read the books. I've read, different things, and it just didn't do anything. I don't know if it was a CGI or what happened on that movie, but did not land very well.
It didn't look good.
And then 7 years later, The Rock did Hercules, and nobody liked it.
Did not watch that one.
Neither.
I heard it was not real. I don't know how to say it. Like instead of fighting lions, he fought a guy that was wearing a lion. I don't know. It was some weird kind of
I
stuff.
think it was a Brett Ratner movie, if I remember correctly.
Oh, gosh. I don't think I've seen any of these. Oops, I clicked. No,
you bastard.
Well, just talk amongst yourselves.
We need to know how it ends. I got our next segment.
You know what? I'm staying on this format.
Yeah.
We're almost done. We're actually really close to being done.
All right.
We went off for so long. It's like we don't even, my other topics can wait.
Oh, guilty pleasure, hidden gem. I like the number 23 a lot. Maybe it's a psychological thriller in me, but yeah, it was Jim Carrey doing non-Jim Carrey stuff. But he still had some quips and stuff like that. But
yep,
I like that one. Anybody else seen number 23?
No, I haven't heard of number 23.
Yeah, it's like some weird superstition with the number 23. I guess it's a conspiracy theory back before everything became conspiracy theories.
Well, and he sees the number everywhere because he's
yeah. Well, it's just like when you buy a new car, you start to see that car everywhere. Like it's some kind of psychological thing in your brain.
Dude, the Golden Compass being 96 is insane. Wasn't that like a huge book?
Never heard of her.
Never heard of the Golden Compass. It was like
I've heard the name.
Thought it was a big name. No, was it not?
It's like atheist Narnia.
Yeah.
What's 100?
Oh, Resident Evil Extinction.
Extinction.
I don't know if I remember Extinction. Was that just a post-apocalyptic version?
All of the Resident Evil movies are kind of all the same, though, aren't they? They're kind of like the Underworld movies.
Well, yeah, but this one is just more like Walking Dead.
They're all just kind of schlocky.
Yeah, but the first couple were, I don't know. I'm not going to say good. I'm not going to say good, but I could eat popcorn during them. I think it was when it got to like this one, it was just like too much. The games are much better. Okay, that was our 100.
I would say a mid-year.
Yep. Well, like I said, that's the downfall. Like it's over the summit.
Yeah, it was mid, but I mean, still much better than any year nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, so I have a new game for us to play. So something we've talked about often. Why is this the case? I don't know. Why is it that straight guys under 30 are so damn gay? Have you noticed this, Brett?
I mean, just in the context that they're like more effeminate than they would have been 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah, I don't even mean that they're closeted. They're just like spiritually gay.
Meaning like what? Like the guys who are really into looks maxing are just doing, feminism for men.
That's another thing, I think, but I'm talking about, I don't know. Every guy that I meet who's under 30, I'm like, who is this flaming homosexual? And then they're straight. And I don't even think they're lying. I think it's just
you're seeing them all as gay, and then you got to like do some kind of gay test.
There is no more gaydar.
Maybe you lost your gaydar, and so
no, my gaydar is too good. It's too good. I know
we have too much of a culture that's kind of stigmatized being traditionally male. And it also this is probably location specific. You don't see a whole lot of that out here where I am in the West Virginia area.
Why Florida?
It's a lot of
though.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I have a game for us. It is called Gay or Under 30. So I will show you guys some clips of different people, and you got to let me know, are they gay or are they under 30? And chat, if you guys want to play along, feel free to do so. And also tell me any people who either in this or in future weeks we should show on here for gay or under 30. So we'll start with this guy. He is a Broadway YouTuber.
Okay.
Who does various video essays on Broadway shows.
Straight.
So
under 30.
So This is a little song he decided to sing.
From at home and from abroad, I've managed to defraud $500 million bucks. Let's hope I'm cute in a bright orange jumpsuit and a little room for me to pee, because I've been busted by the big SEC.
Gay or under 30?
That wasn't that bad.
Under 30.
Under
I'm gonna
30.
say
starts. He does a jig too, and costume changes.
Well ahead of my time, the place goes bankrupt.
I'm gonna say under 30.
Under 30.
I'm gonna say under duress. Like, this guy is not wanting to do this, so he's not gay. He's just being like, you have to play this role.
Wow, I will say you guys have got it correct. I was shocked. He recently got married to a woman.
She also into theater?
Probably.
Yeah.
Checks out.
I don't know. I just feel like everyone has to like put on an act now. You have to be a character in everything.
See, chat talk gay.
No, to me, yeah, no.
30. He's straight and spinning up on that haircut. All right, I got another one for you. So this guy, he is on the new season of Big Brother. Let's watch his intro.
Gay.
My name is Barrett. I am 27 years old. I live in Austin, Texas, and I am a Jumbotron engineer. I would describe myself as...
Do we see the flags behind him?
Yeah.
He had every variant of the rainbow flag, the trans flag.
Giggly, charming, spicy. Being on Big Brother is like a dream come true. I've applied to the show for so many years now.
Gay or under 30?
I'm going under 30 against my better judgment.
What do you guys say?
Gay.
Vaughn?
This is a fucking tough one, dude. If it weren't for the flag, can we rewind and just rewatch the last couple seconds again?
Where were the
Why do you
flags?
want to?
I am 27 years old. I live in Austin, Texas, and I am a Jumbotron engineer. I would describe...
See how many flags there are.
I live in Austin,
I don't think he has enough rainbow flags.
He's got to be gay with that. He's got to be.
I'm staying under 30.
Brett, you are correct.
I was so close.
Is a straight man in 2026.
The beard the mustache feels too, what do you call it? Ironic for a gay man, and the way he wears it. He's Weird Al maxing somehow.
He is, yeah.
He's Weird Al maxing.
Did they call Weird Al gay back in the day?
I was
I
gonna
don't
say,
think so.
No,
if it wasn't for the flag, I would have said it, and I should have stuck to my guns. But I caved. I thought there's no fucking way. I was wrong. I forgot the point of this segment, and I'm sorry.
Straight as a spectrum.
Evidently, bro. Evidently.
This is a straight man. Oh yeah. Well, we're playing gay. This is a Big Brother guy, so this was tailored for you. But this is what a straight man looks like in the current year.
Though it is
so
fun,
I only got one more. Chat, you guys got to give me some names. Let me know who we should feature on here. I could I didn't want to be bitchy and show people that I've just like come across and met in real life because but we got one more. I personally find this next guy to be possibly the most insufferable person.
Well, who's under 30 on this panel?
Me.
I'm 26, turning 27 this month.
Me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not.
Not me.
Anyway.
All right. Well, this guy I find absolutely insufferable. And he serenades everyone. And he's going to serenade us with a little song.
Please tell me I'm your national anthem. Red, white, blue is in the sky, summer's in the air, baby, heaven's in your eyes. I'm your national anthem.
Biden pretending to be alive.
This guy's shtick. He goes up to random celebrities and sings to them.
The younger you just...
There was a Kamala one. I guess it disappeared. But
yes, he's got to be gay.
Yeah,
he's too forceful.
He's too forceful. You feel like if you say anything negative, maybe they get a whole homophobia scandal. You know,
I see that. What do you think, Drew?
Got to be gay.
Once again, you guys are correct.
Yes.
We have a real live gay, and of course, it has to be the most obnoxious one of all.
He looked like it's just the kind of thing where it's like like he's daring you to be mean to him or daring you to stop him.
Yes, and he like stalks these people. He just goes and finds different celebrities. It's so great too when you see one of them that is not having it, but it's so true what you said. They just have to pretend and grit their teeth and be like, "Isn't that lovely?"
I like the one guy who goes up to random strangers and explains internet beef to total strangers, and they film it from like a.
That's a thing.
Yeah, there's this guy. He goes up to random like old people, and he'll sit on a bench and be like, "Yeah, like I really think that Justin Baldoni had a," and he'll spend like 15 minutes explaining it to them. He like
Alex
explained
Stein did that.
He spent like 15 minutes talking to this old lady about Candace Owens and Erica Kirk, and it was was hilarious.
Alex Stein went on. I've never seen the show Fish Tank. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Sounds
so
familiar.
Alex Stein goes on.
I auditioned for Fish Tank because
he's explaining the Nick Rekieta and Steel Toe Morning Show, which is Minnesota. If you've heard of that, most people have. Well, they're both in Minnesota. And so somehow Alex Stein knows everything on the internet and outside the internet for some reason. And he can just like intermingle different circles into it. And so I'm watching Alex Stein explain the Ballad of the Baldo to just random African-American guy on Fish Tank. And it's just like,
I was on a show the other day. It was fun.
That's awesome.
By the way, yeah. Vaughn, I just looked up Fish Tank. The first thing it says, Fish Tank is a Big Brother type reality show. You almost went on a Big Brother type show.
So here's what happened. So Ronald Skinburn, friend of mine, by the way, big fan of Pop Culture Crisis. He wanted me to say that. Ronald Skinburn, he's a friend of mine. We've known each other for years. He goes, Vaughn, you'd be a good fit for Fish Tank. And I'm like, why? And he's like, just trust me. And the questionnaire was like the weirdest shit. But I make the video and I'm live streaming at the time. They go, people start going into my chat. They go, oh, they're reviewing your tape. And what happened is apparently you're supposed to know very little going into Fish Tank, which I didn't know because I did the opposite. I researched it. And so they go, oh, look at this guy. He's good. They see that I've got comics like, oh, he's got some stuff. And they go, oh, he knows too much about Fish Tank. And they immediately shut off my audition.
Weak.
What is it though? Is it like a game or
what is it on?
It's like it's like I don't know if it's a game. It's what's his name? It's Sam Hyde, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a hidden camera type thing, and if I remember correctly, I didn't watch it, but it's probably website directly.
Oh, okay.
But is it just is it just people hanging out, or is there like a point to it or something?
I always thought it was just to create viral moments. You'd have to go pick up an episode.
Oh, it's probably one of those things that we've all seen clips from. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
It feels very internet specific.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks insufferable. I feel like you could do better, Vaughn. I mean, I've never seen it, but
well, after I got rejected, Ronald here in the chat goes, "Oh yeah, they're looking for like weird people." I'm like, "Why did you tell me to audition, man?" You were so emphatic. I'm like, "So why was I?"
I thought you were weird, dude. I was like, "Hey, man, you're perfect for this."
I was like, "I'll try not to take it personally, man."
Drew, have you got the 5
Can we
seconds?
show Alex Stein talking about Steel Toe and Nick Rekieta on Fish Tank?
Who?
You'll see. I'm kind of curious.
It might be licensed. I'd be careful about showing it. It might be licensed.
It's 2 minutes, and it's on Alyssa Clips.
If you are done,
Mr. Diamond, do you think Bert has a baldo?
What's a baldo? What does that mean?
So Nick Rekieta had this saying, it was a baldo that he would use on his wife.
Oh, shit, play.
And April and Molte. where sometimes he had an issue, allegedly, according to April, with getting up. And so sometimes they didn't have Viagra, so it was like an attachment that hooked on your testicles that was like a sex toy. It's called a baldo.
I don't
like
have
a dildo, but for your balls.
I don't have any type of device or.
You never used a baldo?
No, I don't know what that is. I'm sorry,
and he has an African American friend.
What is it?
Oh. Take 3.
Okay. Great. Okay.
What?
Thank you. And,
one pink one for Kelly.
Ronald,
you don't have to give it to the baby, just in honor of Kelly. Okay. Just for good vibes.
Okay.
So this Nick guy, he used to have like this sex toy device, and his friend Dex is the one that gave it to him. And Dex is an African American man as well that allegedly also swapped and did the same thing you did. Like you know how married couples like for you to blast their wife.
Yes.
Nick, his friend, allegedly. Dex, large African American, he would like it when he would blast his wife, Kayla, allegedly.
Okay.
You would like Nick. I think you'd get along with Nick. I'm not just saying that.
Okay, is this
He's
like
very famous.
Cool. Is this like a cautionary tale or something?
Another win for the toe. J. What
is this
So
show?
Aaron Amolte, he has a very popular podcast. It's called Steel Toe Morning Show. He's a Minnesota Vikings fan. He lives in Spicer, Minnesota. And since he's Steel Toe Morning Show, oftentimes he gets his viewers to help him hit the ball.
Mr. Diamond, do you think Bert loves glory holes as much as Mr. Darius does?
Yeah, I've never been to a glory hole.
Well, there a couple times, but it's not like my thing. Kind of like to see the person's face.
All right.
Wait.
One of my good friends from high school thought I would be a great pick to be on that show. He was there. He would bother me for months.
Too classy.
Evidently, anyway. I don't know how to take that.
Can I just say, by the way, I don't understand the concept of glory holes. I do not have that level of trust in humanity. Yeah, you don't know who's on the other side. Oh, I was just thinking they'd be ugly, but that's even worse. Drewby, have you got the 5-second game?
Not in front of me.
I could, if not, I could pull ones up because I figured we could end on that. But I can pull up questions if you don't. Thanks, dude. My love, Tracy. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Here soon. I miss you. She came with me to I went to the St. Pete Pride Parade to interview these crazy people.
How'd that go?
Oh, those bitches are nuts, dude. Oh my god. Bitches be crazy. Yeah, this one guy started screaming how oppressed he is, and they're taking away his rights. And like, I try to just ask the most basic questions ever because they're so not used to anybody asking any sort of follow-up question. So all you have to say is, "Oh, I'm sorry, which rights?" And the meltdown happens. He tried to attack my cameraman. He tried to throw the camera to the ground. Those people are crazy.
Very rude.
Would you guys ever go? I just saw. Melissa, this is your first year watching Big Brother feeds. Oh my god, I've been watching it since I was a kid. Would you guys ever do a reality show?
No.
No. It would have to be a very particular set of circumstances. But I can't do the whole I'm not going to make up a fake problem. But I would happily create. Well, I mean, here's the thing. If I don't like everyone else in the show, because I've thought about this, if I hate everyone else in the show, I feel like I could have fun with it. I could make everyone else's life a little. The thing is, all of that is they search out the weirdest people to put on these shows. They're not going to put someone who's well-adjusted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the opposite of jury selection.
Yeah, they should have a reality show about jury selection. Be like, we're making a reality show, and now you're on a jury.
Yep.
But no, I would do the non-drama versions. So the 90s, what would you do? Legends of Hidden Temple, ones that are obstacle courses.
That's not reality TV though. That's a game show.
Game show. Yeah, I would do game show, not reality.
I always wanted to do American Gladiators.
Really? What do they have skateboarding stuff on
No, but the course, the whole area looked fun. I just wanted to go there.
That looked so fun, but I'm such a fat bitch. I'm so out of shape. You got connected from Survivor Friends. Well, by the way, when you guys are done watching all this stuff, if you haven't yet, go look up Survivor USF on YouTube, because that is the weekend Survivor game I played in. There are 2 episodes out so far. All I'll say, I think it comes out next week. The 3rd episode is a banger, and it is an episode that caused a lot of controversy for me. I will tell you guys all the dirt after all the episodes come out, because I don't want them to hate me more than they already do and just edit me out of the whole damn thing, because my game was on point is all I'll say. But check it out. Maybe I'll do a watch party at some point. Drew, did you find the thing?
Yeah, I did. All right, Mikey. 5 seconds.
Wait, let me set it up.
You got 5 seconds to answer. It's 3 things based on the question.
Oh,
So
I'm horrible at this. I freeze on tests. Go.
Mikey,
Wait, let me say also, we're probably
watch
gonna end up wrapping up after this. So if you guys feel like doing so, send in your super chats, help support the channel, become a channel member, or join my Patreon or my locals. We do movie nights, we do fun stuff, do the stuff. Let's go.
All right. I like that it has one on each side. So Mikey, I'm gonna give you both.
Oh, I go?
One might be funnier than the other. Yeah, we're gonna go Mikey, Vaughn, then Brett. So name 3 things you can't resist.
Dick, nerds, horror movies.
Name 3 lesbians.
Rosie O'Donnell, Ellen DeGeneres, Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster?
She's a big Leslie.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Didn't
know.
No.
Yeah, she's a big Leslie. By the way, not really, Dick. I just thought that would be funny to say. Depends on who.
I don't know. You were quick on the trigger there, Mike.
I knew it was expected of me.
Vaughn, name 3 cures for a hangover.
Cures for a hangover: sleep, water, and caffeine. I don't think caffeine actually would help, but
I gotta add taking a dump. Like you gotta get rid of the toxins.
That's true.
It's not a cure, but it's like once that's done, you feel a lot better. Name 3 celebrities caught naked. 3 celebrities.
Jennifer Lawrence got caught naked. Caught?
I'm so glad that somebody else is having trouble, because I'm not going to get any of these.
Dude, what the fuck? I don't fucking know. Who else has been caught naked?
Justin Bieber.
Was he caught naked?
Oh yeah, we saw his dong. It was sizable.
See, I didn't know that. Fuck, I don't know.
Name 3 conspiracies.
Big conspiracies? Okay. Moon landing. Oh.
Is that for me?
Yeah, for Brett.
Hollow Earth, JFK assassination, and Illuminati.
Woo! You got it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Easy.
Name 3 ways women show they're interested.
I have no idea. That's a fantastic question. I got married.
You're married.
How did you know that your wife was interested in you?
They respond. they respond to your messages.
Mm-hmm.
They take an interest in what you're doing, and they laugh at your jokes.
Yeah. That I think the hair behind the ear is like that is like you're in, boy. You know, that's a big one. Yeah, I guess those would probably be it.
Chat says batting eyelashes.
Batting
Eye
eyelashes.
contact.
I don't
like
think I would ever
mean.
notice when somebody was batting their eyelashes.
The shoulder
I'm horrible
touch.
at eye-
The shoulder touch.
Yeah, forearm.
Giggling.
If a woman touches my forearm, be like, okay, there's something's happening.
I feel like bullying, affectionate bullying.
That too. Yeah.
Depends. Like girls can be bitches.
There's like a
what are you
look a
doing?
woman can
Are
give
you,
you.
Are you hitting on me, or are you just gonna see you next Tuesday or Thursday? What's today? Thursday. See you next Thursday.
See, women do it too.
That should be our version.
Yeah,
That's the name of the show.
Ripping on you.
It's
that one.
Yeah, the show. Hidden title.
There's like the fuck me eyes. They're real, dude. That's a thing.
All right, anybody reasons to apologize?
None.
Said the
Fuck
N-word.
What'd you say, Vaughn? Back? Don't compromise at all.
Never compromise.
Never. Yeah, that's the
Even if
correct
you're-
answer.
even
Never
if you're
do it.
wrong.
I've never had to apologize for anything, so I can't answer this question.
We got to ask Olivia if that's true.
What I heard is you apologize if you know that you hurt one person and you apologize to that person.
Yes.
Not if they tell you that, you know, you need to apologize or you need to do it to this group or to whatever publicly. But it's just like, if you know that you did it and you did it wrong, you do it directly.
My mom is the queen of the fake half-assed apology. Her apologies are like, well, if you feel that I did something that upset you, then I would be sorry for that if you feel that
What a
way.
waste of words. Guys will just be like, let's go grab a beer. Like, let's go to the gym. And like, that's your apology.
Dude, and I feel like the ultimate fuck you is if they ignore it. Like that is like against the bro code. If I'm like, hey, let's talk out our issues, and you ghost, I'm like, you piece of shit. I tried. Oh man.
Yep.
Another one for the group. Words you say when you're angry.
Fuck.
Name 3 words you say when
Hard
you're
R.
angry.
Bukyak, twat, chach, vafango.
I've never been angry. I don't know what that's like.
I've never been angry. I just refer back to like memes, like The Witcher, like Henry Cavill, just like, fuck. You know.
Sea Striker, what are you in second grade? Dude, women do that. They still do it after second grade.
Oh, that's my no. If the question before, what can you not resist? That's my love language. If someone is like being mean to me, oh hell yeah, my pants are off.
Like I can't, like if I can't rip on it, because that's one of the things when you're younger, like, oh, this girl's so perfect there. Stop that shit. Knock it off. You know what I mean? Like you have to kill that, because you have to be willing to rip on someone and have fun with them constantly, and otherwise, yeah. Also, she's an interesting one. She's not perfect.
Answer like if you know the person in real life. I think this would be fun. Name 3 people who swear a lot.
Me. Greg.
Italians.
My boy Bobby. Oh wait, are we doing whole groups of people, or are we doing
whatever you want?
Like,
all right.
I have army friends that, well, like if anybody knows Ryan Kinnell, like just the epitome of like a military guy, just like fuck or shit every third sentence. Like it's in there somehow. And it doesn't need to be, it just is.
All right, let's do a couple more and then we should wrap up.
Name 3 people who have had plastic surgery.
Lindsay Lohan.
Michael Jackson.
Not me, sadly. Clavicular. He destroyed his face.
What the fuck is his name? Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
He would shit on everyone else, and then he got plastic surgery. And it's like, dude, you can't, after all the shitting on people that you've done.
It's awful. He got horrible. Oh,
right,
Joan
last
Rivers.
one. Name 3 nicknames for sexual intercourse. Coitus.
Stripping. I heard it earlier.
Sexual relations. Area 69.
Shaboink.
Shazam.
Rumpus.
I never heard that one.
That's a new one on me.
I think that one's real, unless I made that up.
Doing the hokey pokey.
The no pants dance, but a duet.
Shagging. I gotta watch Austin Powers again. I think I have it.
Congress.
There's a lot in this movie.
Oh, VHS. I used to have that.
It's so real. I know it won't last forever, but
yeah.
Did you hear
my
they're
memories will.
making
The
another
longer
one?
I hold it, the more memories I have.
Shagging it.
And that sound, can you hear that?
Fornicating
of a VHS.
Ooh, that's sexy. I miss that sound. Oh, well, you guys, this has been amazing. Brett, thank you so much for hanging out with us degenerates tonight.
No, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Appreciate
what have
that.
you got coming up, and where can people find you, Brett?
If you guys want to follow me, I'm on Instagram and X at Brett Dasovic on both of those platforms. Just how it's spelled in the description there. But you should check out Pop Culture Crisis. We're live Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. We're on YouTube. We're on Rumble. Go join us over there. I also put a lot of extra content up on the audio platforms. We do additional things over there as well on Amazon Music and Apple Podcasts, Pandora, all the other audio podcast platforms as well. But really just join us at 3 p.m. live on YouTube and Rumble. We would love to see you guys there. Thanks.
Hell yeah. How about you, Vaughn?
Yeah, so you can check me out on my YouTube channel. Of course, there's my website down below, but all my socials, it's just my name, Vaughn Coleman. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, everything, TikTok, you name it, I'm there. So make sure to check that stuff out. If anyone is in the Virginia area, I'm going to be at Fredericksburg Comic-Con this weekend. And yeah, it's been a fun time. And I'm also planning on doing a stream right after this one. If you guys want to head on over to my channel, continue the party. Of course, everyone here is welcome. If anyone wants to, no worries. But yeah.
Yes, everybody go to Vaughn's channel right after this. Duke says we need more thirst traps on Instagram, Brett.
It's going to cost you, man. I'm going to charge
you
for
start
that.
The only Bretts. What about you, Drew?
Yep. Focusing on more, music lately. So I have a couple events, some for my consulting event management. So 311 and I'm blanking on their name. Deadheads. Am I saying that band right? I don't know. I'm blanking on it. But 311, it's like 311, John Mellencamp and Jack Johnson are the three that are coming up at the amphitheater close to me. So yeah, Brett, there's a brand new amphitheater in Minneapolis area suburbs now. Canterbury, if you know where that is.
Yes, I do.
Yep. So yeah, I'm putting on events at that venue. So a lot of music stuff lately, but if I can get out and get some more physical media, so these are some of my latest finds. So you got your Man on Fire.
Good call.
Yep. I wish you had more time, Brett.
Yep.
Outlaw Josie Wales, Clint Eastwood.
Ooh.
Always double get backs for a friend. Quoted from Rounders. Deuce Bigelow. I think this is another going.
Oh, that's the second one.
Yeah, second one. I don't think I've seen that one.
I love the first one.
And then Contraband, not a very popular Mark Wahlberg, but it's fine. I think John Goodman is in it. And Kate Beckinsale. That might have been one of her last pre-plastic surgery times. Yeah. So as long as it's not hot and humid and crazy temperatures here in Minnesota, I'll be out garage selling and collecting nostalgia, some time remnants.
Hell yeah, I love it. As soon as I move, I gotta work on my VHS collection. I want to have one I'm very proud of. Yes, so obviously go follow these wonderful gentlemen and head on over to Vaughn's channel because he's going to continue the party. I'm dropping the link in the chat. What have I got coming up? We're going to plan a movie night thing this week. I'm so sorry. I aim to try to do them every week or every 2 weeks.
Terminator 1. Let's do that.
Get better at it.
Do got to do that. I want to do that comic thing too.
What day, Mikey?
Both you guys.
Tell me a day.
Hurt you guys.
Saturday?
We'll figure it out after.
Okay. Figure it out.
What was I saying? I forgot. Oh yeah. I'll be streaming next week. Oh, Sunday I will be on Sledgehammer Horrors stream with my boy Hayden to rank the Evil Dead movies. I'm so excited to see Evil Dead Burn tomorrow. And then Thursday I will be back co-hosting Pop Culture Crisis. Thank you so much, Brett, for having me around. I'm glad you have like weird taste and enjoy having me there. So
it's a lot of fun, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Chat fam, I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Flex on the way out.
Yeah, we need a flex or a shimmy. I have nothing here to flex, so I'm just gonna do the thing. Love you guys. Good night.